Hello. Hello, legends. Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Link. Hopefully you can now see me as well as hear me. Welcome to another Sunday stream. What a weekend. What a weekend. Honestly, I've put the Liverpool shirt on today. Yesterday, oh, we don't want more music, do we? I think we're done with it. I enjoyed the music, but I think we're done with it for now. I had a great weekend. I washed the Ipswich shirt and the Liverpool shirt ready because I was like, whoever wins, I'll put their shirt on. That's like what I'll do. There's still Ipswich shirts there. There's a Liverpool shirt here. Don't get upset, guys. Talking of getting upset, just before we start playing FIFA, before I start reading your comments, I will reply to you guys in a second. I just want to address a lot of the kind of social media situation at the moment with Ipswich Town, because there has been so much hatred thrown at so many people. You know, if they bought a half and half scarf, which I did, or if they wanted to watch Liverpool, or if they wanted Liverpool to win because they're a Liverpool fan, even though they still support Ipswich and go every week like me, I basically just wanted to publicly say I don't like it. I think people should be more supportive of everyone. We should be inclusive of everyone. Some of the comments on my YouTube channel today have been disgusting. It doesn't really bother me. YouTube filters them out. So, you know, also a word of advice to any trolls. If you want to troll me, try not to use really offensive words because YouTube will say no. So if you want to troll me and you want to put comments laughing at me because I'm a Liverpool fan for an Ipswich season ticket, just be more selective in your language use and your comments will be published and people can then laugh at me. Right. Anyway, basically, I think we've got that little rant out of the way. And also, there's one more rant. Someone took a picture of a guy and his kid. I don't know who it was. And the kid was with his dad getting a Liverpool shirt signed by Liverpool manager Arne Slot. The kid was an Ipswich fan. Pretty sure he had an Ipswich shirt on. And people over social media have hammered them, saying they should be banned for life, and they've gone crazy, abusing these two people and abusing anyone that supports them. And I think that's awful. And if the kid wanted the signature for himself, it's fair enough, right? But it actually comes out today. They took a Liverpool shirt to Anfield to try and get it signed for his friend from school who is in hospital, really ill. Okay, so just before you speak, just think about what you're saying. Do you know the whole story and what's the impact going to be? Right, let's get into the comments. What are we saying, boys and girls? If there's any girls out there watching tonight, welcome to the stream. We have Charlie in the chat, says good evening Link, how am I doing? Thoughts on Ipswich Town 0, Liverpool 2. I was very happy Liverpool won. I would have liked to see Ipswich score. There's some sort of, I don't know, like, belief that I didn't want Ipswich to play well. Of course I did. I wanted, like, Liverpool to win, like, 5-4. That's what I would have picked if it was up to me, like, if I was scripting it. But, yeah, it was a really good game. I think Ipswich showed a lot of promise, a lot of things which can be used this season to progress, to kick on, and to be more successful in the future. Martin says, thought Ipswich did well, just unlucky with the schedule. Yeah, I think, you know, playing Liverpool, come on. You know, if Newcastle, Martin's a Newcastle fan. If you lost 2-0 against Liverpool, you wouldn't even be heartbroken, would you? It's an okay result for Newcastle, let alone little old Ipswich Town. Martin also says, it's like me, I support Newcastle and Peterborough. Won't be in the same league ever, but yeah. Lots of people like more than one club. I'm a Liverpool fan. I was born in Ipswich, raised in Ipswich. I have family who are Liverpool fans, family who are Ipswich fans. I absolutely love both clubs, but I prefer Liverpool. I'm going to be honest about it. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you all and try and like jazz it up and give you all what you want to hear. I'm going to say what I think. And some of you guys love me for it. Some of you guys hate me for it. But as Lady Sovereign once said, if you hate me, then fuck you. Basically, Charlie says no one should ever be bullied over who they support. It's a game of football, for fuck's sake. Exactly. I'm probably getting demonetized, you know, that swearing I've done early in the video, but, you know, it is what it is. Constructive discussions are allowed. I absolutely agree. And, like, if someone says, like, I disagree with how you support two clubs, I don't understand how you do it, fine. Like, I understand that's not for everyone. Do you know what I mean? I don't understand how people can support Ipswich, not go to a single game in League One, try and get tickets for the Premier League because they want to see Ipswich. You know, they want to see Ipswich play Liverpool. And because they haven't been watched Liverpool before, they're an Ipswich fan because they haven't been to Anfield. Don't understand that. But we can all say what we don't understand. But when people start, you know, telling people they're not allowed to do it and saying don't come back to Portman Road, I absolutely will be back at Portman Road. I'll see you all for the Fulham game. And if you want to see that vlog, subscribe to the channel right now. And Charlie goes on to say, constructive discussions are allowed, but bullying and abuse should never be tolerated. And I absolutely agree. I'm very thick-skinned, and I don't get offended by this stuff. But what was making me angry is there's people out there who it might affect. There might be someone there who, you know, it's been the hundreds of Ipswich games, but they prefer Liverpool and they wanted Liverpool to win. And they sat in the home end because they're an Ipswich member, because they like Ipswich Town that much. And they went to a game last season, which is why they were in the ballot. And the people that didn't ever go before, they wanted to watch Ipswich in the Premier League, weren't able to get a ticket because they could. Those people, some of them people might not be strong enough to go again and to be like, no, I'm going to go watch Ipswich next week. And I think just, let's not divide everyone. Do you know what I mean? Like the Ipswich Town season ticket says, our journey continues. Not, if you're born in Ipswich and you've only ever watched Ipswich Town play and you only ever wanted Ipswich Town to win play, the journey continues. It says, our journey continues. And like people like Martin loves football. He's not an Ipswich fan, we know that. He's a Newcastle fan. Obviously, because he knows me, he probably likes Ipswich more than he would if he didn't. But also because of Bobby Robson, every Newcastle fan likes Ipswich Town. Is that wrong? No. So let's not be silly. Anyway, welcome to the stream, everyone. Last announcement, next week's stream will not be happening on Sunday night. I haven't actually decided if it will be Friday or Saturday night yet, so just make sure your notifications are on. You got the bell going, ding, 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 you know, like a wrestling ring, and you'll know when I'm live. I will try and post on Discord, social media, when I'm going to do it, but it won't be the normal Sunday slot, which is always, you know, if you are new, we normally stream about 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Martin says he's allowed to hate Sunderland. Absolutely. I hate Man United, man. I hate Man United with a passion. Like, the badge makes me feel sick. But I also hate Norwich City. I hate them as well. But I don't hate a person because they support Man United. I think that's where, you know, the lines get blurred. Like, you don't have to hate everyone who's a Man United fan. I have friends who are Man United fans. We have viewers who are Manchester United fans. And everyone's welcome here. And they're welcome to take the mickey out of me when Man United beat Liverpool in the FA Cup final like they did. That's fine. That's fine. Like, I don't mind people hating a football club, but don't hate their fans as individuals because of who they support. It's ridiculous. Charlie says, I know it's just banter, but I disagreed with the if you hate Slot, stand up chance when Slot said great things about Ipswich after the game. I agree. And also, there was also people around me who were chanting about Norwich City. Now, I hate Norwich City. We know that. I've never been someone that agrees with singing about a team you're not playing. For me, that's just like small club mentality. Like, if you start singing about Norwich City when you're in an Ipswich game and you're not even playing Norwich, like, they're living rent-free in your head. Don't give them that satisfaction of the attention. But yeah, I think Ipswich fans in general are quite respectful of Liverpool. I thought Liverpool fans were brilliant. There was no Liverpool fans just hammering Ipswich, calling them a small club, taking the mickey out of them. Liverpool fans are brilliant. You know, the interaction was, you know, Ipswich Town fans criticised the Liverpool fans for not singing, which, if you watch my vlog, they sung a lot more than the Ipswich fans. The Liverpool fans replied with, "Who the fucking hell are you?" Which is fine. You know, you've laughed at Liverpool, they're going to have a jab back. And also, they were singing "Who's the Scouser in the Black" about the referee. The Liverpool fans replied, "Allison." Brilliant. Let's have banter. Let's be, you know, jibey. But when it comes to like the brutal things, like people saying, you know, you should never be allowed in Portman Road again if you bought a half and half scarf. Come on. What do I make the Shah's red card? We've all seen them given. But is it a bit harsh? That's where I am. Shah's red card is one where if Virgil van Dijk makes that challenge, I say yellow card. You know, don't send him off. Don't send him off. If that challenge is made on Darwin Nunez, I'm probably saying yes, a red. So I think it's one of them that could go either way, and because of that, it's difficult. And I think, you know, if referees could just get a bit more consistent, we wouldn't have as much debate about decisions as well. But yeah, I think it's one that could have gone either way. I probably wouldn't have sent him off if I was the man in the middle. But I'm pleased Newcastle managed to battle through and get a result without it. Jamie's in the chat. All right, mate, how you doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Very busy weekend. I'm very tired. And we might as well switch over to the PlayStation now. Charlie says, I hate Norwich. His grandparents are Norwich fans. But do I hate them because they support our rivals? Of course not. We may joke, but it reminds you that exactly. Like you can hate a club, you can take the mickey out of someone's club, you can, you know. But when you hate someone because of something which is as, you know, ingrained into them as who they support, it's like awful. It's just wrong. Like you shouldn't hate people just because they belong to some certain group. Like, don't get me wrong, I in general hate a lot of the different political parties. I don't hate every individual that ever voted for those political parties. Like it doesn't work. You can't hate. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're a Labour supporter who wants to hate Tories, you can't hate everyone who voted Tory at the last election because they voted Tory, because then you're hating like 13 million people or whatever it was, and vice versa. If you're a Tory or a Conservative voter, I should say, because, you know, Tories now uses a different term to sort of, I don't know, speculate about wealth and the desire for the finer things in life, I guess. But yeah, if just because you personally voted Labour, you shouldn't hate someone who voted Conservative. Someone who voted Conservative shouldn't hate someone who voted for Labour. You should sit down together and say, oh, well, I don't like X Conservative policy, I prefer Labour's policy on that, because let's talk. Come on, guys. We've got very preachy in this, and I don't mean to be preachy, but I was just a little bit pissed off this weekend by some of the way that a lot of town fans conducted themselves towards the half and half scarves. Like I saw a comment that these you know, call them Del Boys is what everyone's calling them, outside the ground, couldn't sell a scarf. The guy I bought mine from had a massive empty box near him, and he said he bought 250 and he had less than 10 left, and he wished he'd bought more with him because he was sold out and done for the day, basically, after a couple more people after me. That was over an hour before kickoff. So, you know, no one bought them. How many people do you see with a half and half scarf yesterday? And also, half and half scarves, they didn't just buy them. Like, I wanted a half and half scarf yesterday because I wanted a Liverpool and Ipswich scarf because it's not something you see every day, and I love both clubs. Some people who can't get to games often like a half and half scarf with the date of the game as a memento. And I have up there, we've got a Liverpool versus Celtic one, a Liverpool versus Strasbourg one, a Liverpool versus Ajax one, and over there is a Liverpool versus Ipswich one, because I've started buying them when I go to Anfield to remember the day, remember the date, and to have something to look back at it. And people will say buy a programme because that money goes to the club. I bought a programme as well. So Well, I didn't buy a program. My best mate bought me a program. Very kind of him. Thank you, Chris, if you're watching. But yeah, come on, guys. Let's be nice. Anyway, should we play some FIFA now? Bertrand Diaz went down like he was shot. I agree, Martin. I think Diaz was awful. Not Luis Diaz, you know, to be clear, before someone tries to clip that. I think the referees need to get a hold of the game. You know, the referee in the Ipswich game yesterday, it's weird because Ipswich fans felt like he was awful toward them. Liverpool fans felt like he was awful towards them, especially as Wes Burns should have got a second yellow card. I don't think there's any debate about that from anyone who's got a rational opinion. But there was an independent referee review that I read who said Ipswich Town got 31% more decisions than sort of what would have been the correct decision. So Ipswich Town got 31% more decisions than they should. So let's not moan about the referee when he's giving us all the decisions, shall we? Charlie doesn't get why people blame Davis for the goals. Martin Salah, exactly. Everyone's saying, oh, Davis is not good defence. Honestly, as I was leaving the ground, someone went, well, if we play like that every fucking week, we're going to go down. Like, come on. You're playing Liverpool. They got a centre half who costs more than the whole Ipswich squad. Like, not even more than the Ipswich team, more than the squad. You go on transfer market, look at the Ipswich squad value, it's like 72 million euros. Van Dijk costs 75 million pounds. And if you don't understand exchange rates, or maybe you're from the USA, you've never been to Europe, the pound's worth more than the euro. I think it's about 12 euros in every 10 pounds, something like that. Is that about? I'm going to France this month, and I don't know the exchange rate. But either way, Ipswich did phenomenal in that first half. People have said, oh, they didn't manage the game properly because they didn't keep stuff back. I think with 5 substitutions, there's scope for going that hard and then replacing people. Do you know what I mean? Because if people are saying, oh, well, you can do that for 45 minutes, but not 90, you can make 5 changes at half time and half the team can do it for 90. So I don't buy into that. I think the reason it turned at half time, and what Liverpool fans have been saying on social media and pundits and stuff, Liam Delap, I believe, won about 65% of headers against Konza. Penalty come on 155%. That's huge. I know it's a little thing, but that's huge. You know, if you can, you know, it meant Ipswich were winning like what, 20% less headers. And that, like, it's that's huge. And Liverpool also, like Slot laid in the Liverpool half time and said, look at how these guys are fighting. We can do that as well. Why don't we? So yeah, I think it was good from both clubs. I was happy with the game. I didn't want to see Ipswich lose 10-0. I thought it might happen. I didn't want to see Ipswich lose 10-0. I didn't want an awful performance. I wanted Ipswich to play well. I would have loved a 5-4. But I just think some Town fans yesterday it's like they didn't know what the Premier League is. Like, people like expected us to go to the Premier League and then start beating Liverpool at Man City all the time? Come on. Like Ipswich don't stay in the league with their results against Liverpool. They stay in the league with their results against West Ham downwards. Anything above that is a bonus, in my opinion. You know, 2 years, exactly one. 2 years ago, they were in League One, right? If you go through the League One starting 11, the goalkeeper was in League One. Left back, was Canard out there? Left back was in League One. One of the centre backs was in League One. Wing back was in League One. Chaplin was in League One. Like, what do people expect? So Charlie's found Ipswich's squad value is 120 million euros. Liverpool's is 920 million euros. Exactly. What do you expect? And this was something that I was getting angry about the Euros, because people saying, well, England have got a good squad, but it's not as good as other people's. England's squad value was bigger than anyone. I'm pretty sure England's squad value is bigger than Brazil's. So should we be able to win the Euros? Yes. But yeah, honestly, 2-0 against Liverpool, with my Ipswich hat on, that's a fine result. You can't be upset at losing 2-0 to 6-time European champions, which is the record for an English club. 19 times English champions. Like, the record holders for the League Cup, the record holders for the UEFA Cup in England. Like, come on. Let's not be silly anymore. Like, people are upset that Ipswich lost 2-0, and I get being upset they lost. But to start trying to, like, some people have been like blaming players. Like, I haven't seen it myself, but I saw someone saying that people were messaging Leif Davis's, no, maybe his Instagram comments. People were in Leif Davis's Instagram comments saying, you cost us a point yesterday and stuff. Come on. If you play against Mo Salah and he only scores 1 goal, as a left back, you didn't have the worst game. Some Ipswich fans think they're prime Barcelona, exactly. Yeah, they really do. There's a delusion amongst some fans, and don't get me wrong, a lot of Ipswich fans, quality, wonderful people, love you all, lots of viewers of the channel, nice people, understand football, but some of them are just absolutely crazy. And I think a lot of the crazy ones are the people that have jumped on the bandwagon jumpers, which I often get accused of being when I had a season ticket in League One. You know, I jumped on the bandwagon 17 years ago when I went to my, no, 22 years ago, sorry, when I went to my first game. Funny, isn't it? It's funny, guys. But yeah, Premier League back. It's awesome. Have it back. Ipswich got City next weekend. City were okay against Chelsea today. Didn't wipe them away. You know, so that's good news. I think De Bruyne picked up a knock. I don't think he went off with it straight away, but he might have been subbed a little bit earlier than he normally would have, I think. Didn't watch all the game. I watched sort of snippets. What a goal from Peter Crouch. Take a bow, son. But yeah, I just think Ipswich fans, enjoy it. You know, it's hard to enjoy a loss, I know that, but also, like, perspective. Like, we could be playing Shrewsbury, you know what I mean? We're not, we're playing Liverpool instead. And I do say we about Ipswich and we about Liverpool because I feel part of both clubs, and that's fine. Anyone can do that, I don't care. Some people tell you can't, but you can. So funny, honestly. Right. And the thing as well, like when I was a kid, because it was always Championship or lower, really. Everyone that liked Ipswich supported the Premier League team as well. Everybody. Literally everybody. Charlie says, think from a Ipswich perspective, we maybe need to be a bit more clinical. From a Liverpool perspective, I think they'll want to start faster. Yeah, definitely. I think Liverpool underestimated Ipswich. I'll be honest, I think they did. I think Slot underestimated the physicality of Ipswich. And that could be where he's come from, the Netherlands, which is a more technical league, less physical. I think Liverpool underestimated them. And also, I think Ipswich used the crowd and kept going. And also, I think, like, Ipswich's squad will still be tweaked. Like, Calvin Phillips has come in. He wasn't, you know, he isn't trained or anything. He's on the bench, unused, but I think Calvin Phillips is a good signing. To be fair, I don't think he's. I'm trying to explain it without it sounding like I'm like hating on him, but I don't think he's the best like, I don't think he's probably in the best 20 defensive midfielders in the league, yeah. But I think he's better than Morsey or Longo. I prefer Morsey and Longo. Like, I like them all. But I think Calvin Phillips is an upgrade on whichever one he tends to replace, which I assume is Longo. But also, we needed another defensive mid because Morsey will get suspended in the Premier League. It's like Morsey yellow cards is like, I don't know, it's just like a fact of life, isn't it? Morsey gets booked. Like, and also with VAR, Morsey could get like red cards for some of his little things. I don't know, he might be smart enough to go, oh, there's VAR here, I'm not going to kick him in the back of the shin while he's laying on the floor. You know. But I just think Ipswich have still got players coming in as well. What a goal. Still signing players. Yeah, I've always said Ipswich will finish 12th. That's where my head's at. Is that ambitious? Maybe a little. But then last year I said they'd finish 4th. People laughed, called me ambitious, and we come 2nd. So, yeah, I don't know. But I think Ipswich will be fine, especially after seeing them Saturday against Liverpool. Because, like, I watch Liverpool so much. Like, I'm staying up till 3 in the morning to watch Liverpool's pre-season. That's how much I want to watch them play football. That I'm staying up till 3 in the morning to watch them play Man United. They beat Man United, by the way, if there's any United fans watching. Unlucky. But, I think, you know, when you consider who Liverpool are and the squad and the players and stuff, like, it's fine. 2-0 against Liverpool's fine. And that performance in the first half, like, Ipswich were, for me, marginally the better team in the first half. And if you can be better than Liverpool for 45 minutes, there's going to be games where you're better than your team for 90 minutes. How's your team game? Yeah, it did start. Yeah. There was an error at the front. Yeah. So often we blame the defence when it's a failing of the press. You know, I don't think everyone always understands that, you know, like, defending comes from the front, and, you know, I remember a lot of Chelsea fans got really upset with Rafa Benitez when he was their manager, because he was talking about Torres, and he was saying that, you know, although Torres hasn't been scoring as many as we'd like, he's really important for how we play, he really helps how we defend, and Chelsea fans are like, oh, he's a striker, and why are we talking about how he defends? But if you put pressure on the players at the back, they don't have time to find the big passes forward. And, like, that was part of what Ipswich did quite good in the first half yesterday, was they got out to Van Dijk, Trent, who can hurt you, because they're world-class players who can hit ridiculous passes. You've got to press them and stop them being able to play the ball over the top of Salah. Like, that's what you have to do if you want to beat Liverpool. You can't let Van Dijk have the ball and just drop in the shape, because him and Trent will find the attacking players, and it will end up hurting you. So yeah, I think Ipswich would also have learnt a lot though. I think McKenna would have come away from that like, okay, well, we did this well, we did this bad, but we were competitive with this. Liverpool struggled with how physical they were. You know, and also, like, I know some people are saying, oh, well, you know, Liverpool didn't get a player booked to, like, the 90th minute. But Ipswich were playing so much more physical style. They were fouling play, which I'm not against, you know. I've never been one to get angry at people for taking someone out when it's the best thing for your team. Do it. Part of the game, isn't it? Like, tactical foul is part of the game. And I thought Ipswich actually were good at that yesterday. The tactical fouls and the you know, making a foul but catching the player, but not just catching the player so it hurts a bit. You know, they're all parts of the game. And I just think Ipswich were good. Honestly, I think there's a real lack of optimism from some town fans after yesterday. I think it's really a mixed bag. But most of the people who were there, at least, seem to understand that they did really well. Liam Delap. Yeah, Delap's a good example. Yeah, Ipswich were absolutely causing problems. That's why Delap come on. Like, that's why Kanate came on to deal with Delap. Because Delap as well, I'll give him his credit, and I don't know whether he thought of it or whether McKenna thought of it. But if you're playing against Liverpool and you're a striker and you're playing a one up front, you lean towards Kwanzaa and Kanate. Do you know what I mean? Like, leaning towards Van Dijk of the two is stupid. Like, you've got to lean towards the weaker centre back when you're playing against two. Absolutely. Anyone that doesn't do it, it's just silliness. Yeah, Liverpool didn't know how to deal with Ipswich's physicality. Really solid young foundation. Martin thinks we'll get 12th to 17th. I like that 18th isn't included in that, Martin. I really like that. I think Ipswich will be okay, I do. I'm excited to watch the Fulham game. Can't wait to get back down there. But yeah, Ipswich need to just keep ticking along and also improving stuff. And also, you got to remember as well, like, Smodics is coming in. He hasn't trained yet. He actually played really well, in my opinion. I liked what he did. Also, we all know I'm chairman of the Ali Al-Hamidi club. And some people got upset because I said I almost wanted Ipswich to score now, which was a joke. I wanted Ipswich to score 5, it's what Liverpool scored 6. But Al-Hamidi, I thought, was brilliant when he came on. He really brought our threat back a little bit, which is key. Martin doesn't think we'll go down. Everton are still in the league. Exactly. I think Everton, you know, I think they could get the points. I don't know the intricacies of their finances, but I know they're going to be worried about it. And so are Leicester. Like, Leicester are, in my opinion, guaranteed to lose at least 6 points. So that's one team who, you know, you've got a 6-point head start in the race to stay up. Ipswich could also benefit from the Man City case. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Liverpool fan. If I only liked Ipswich, I would say it as well. If Man City get relegated because of their breaches of the financial fair play rules, they're not going to relegate 4 teams and promote 4 teams. They're going to relegate 2 others. So if City were to be relegated, which lots of people think is the correct punishment for 115 rule breaches, I think Ipswich could stay up. Just an opinion, says Charlie. Thought Ipswich were better at corners than Liverpool, which shouldn't happen with a difference of value this way. I'll be honest with you as well, Charlie. I couldn't understand it. I watch obviously every Ipswich game, every Liverpool game, right? And even like I watch them. I go to all the Ipswich games, obviously the home ones. I watch all the away ones. If I can't watch them, I'll watch the whole 90 minutes back because I enjoy watching it that much. And I don't know what went wrong for Liverpool with corners. got a new set piece coach as well, but especially like attacking corners, didn't have really a threat. What would be fun if you've got Trent crossing the ball to Van Dijk, you should be trying to find it. And I personally just feel a little bit like, why couldn't we find it? I was frustrated. I was honestly so frustrated with Liverpool's corners yesterday. But Ipswich defended really well. They obviously had a plan. You know, I think they've worked out who should mark who quite well, which I think sometimes can go awry. You know, like I know some managers just like to mark people, like they'll just go, right, you're the striker, you mark their centre back. You're the left winger, you mark their right back. But Ipswich dealt brilliantly with the set pieces from Liverpool. Liverpool set pieces weren't, I don't think, up to their standard either. But yeah, if you ask me who had the better set pieces yesterday, Ipswich's attacking set pieces were better, and they defended Liverpool's better, definitely. Oops, I KO'd. Always reminds you of Randy Orton, that name. Makes you think RKO. Greaves dealt with a lot of I thought Greaves was incredible. I think he could be better than I thought he was already. Like, I was definitely someone that, I think that's come off Fabinho as well. I thought Greaves was good, and I was happy we signed him, but I think he's really good. Honestly, he was so good. He was man of the match yesterday for a lot of people. I wanted to give it to Christian Walton. You know, I mentioned that to a couple of the people that sit with me, and they were in disagreement. But I thought Walton, you know, I thought he played well, and we lost this one. But yeah, I thought Walton played well, and also Liverpool's expected goals was 3.49. They only scored 2. So Walton's XG differential is really good for a goalkeeper. Like, if you concede that much less than the expected goals against a team of that quality, you've done well. Unless they've wasted their chances. I don't think Liverpool wasted that many chances, really. I think sometimes they took shots where they just thought, I'll hit the target. Sometimes, which you can get into that habit, can't you? Charlie said, I think we need to look for a Wes Burns alternative. I love Wes Burns, but I know what you mean. I don't know if Ben Johnson's been brought in to be the Wes Burns alternative, because he's, you know, Ben Johnson's one of them players that, you know, just kind of feels like no one knows what he is. Is he a right back? Is he a centre back? Is he a right winger? Is he a right full back? Is he a right wing back? Like, no one knows. I don't think he even knows. But like you say, Burns gets injured a lot, and that probably also comes from the fact that he's played so much international football in his career, which obviously that's a plus. It's good to have internationals in the squad, but it takes its toll. Like, going to tournaments and stuff takes its toll. You know, Wales don't always qualify, but even playing the qualifiers and the friendlies and stuff, like, it does take a toll on a player. I remember when Jamie Carragher sort of ducked out of England because he wasn't playing regularly, and he's just like, I need to focus on Liverpool. And, you know, I think the club versus country thing is always a sore debate, because fans always want their player to prefer their club. Although, that's another situation where I think there's a lot of hypocrisy, because, like, Luongo ducks out of Australia because he wants to focus on Ipswich. Hutchinson ducks out of Jamaica because he wants to play for Ipswich. People love it. But when, like, a Jamie Carragher ducks out of England because he wants to concentrate on Liverpool, English football fans hate it. And I think as well, like, let's say Connor Chapman played for England tomorrow, which I don't think is very likely. I don't think it's possible, I don't think it's likely. If Chapman decided to retire from England duty to focus on Ipswich, it would be received different to if it was a country that people didn't care about. Like, and I don't really don't care about the country, but I really don't care about the country's football. Before people, you know, try and say, oh, Ipswich fans don't care about Australia. They don't care about Australian football. Not many Ipswich fans are worried about what the Australian national team does at the Asia Oceania Trophy or whatever it's called. Do you want Miggy? Is it which Miggy? Simon Mignolet or Miguel Almiron? I'd take Almiron. Charlie thinks McKenna's trialing Johnson at right wing back. I think that's interesting as well. Also, I think the change back to the League One formation, the 3-4-2-1, I really like it. Personally, I think it worked really well against Liverpool. I think it will work really well against a lot of good clubs. Oh, you're definitely offloading him? Is he for sale? Is he for loan? What's the situation? He's a good player. I'm surprised you don't want him. I guess you've got a couple of wingers who can play instead of him. Didn't quite get that though. He tried though. I'm not seeing him as a top 4 player. See, I don't see him as a top 4 starter. But I definitely think he could do a job at the top 4 club off the bench. He's a player I like though. He's got goal threat. He works hard as well, doesn't he? Yeah, Almiron's someone I like. Like if you told me tomorrow McKenna had signed Almiron, I wouldn't be unhappy. I'd be more excited about that than I was Calvin Phillips, to put it in perspective. To try and give you like a reference. Could Ipswich loan Almiron with option to buy if we stay up? Do you know what? I actually can't believe we haven't done that yet. Crouchy, what a goal. Need an upgrade there. Barnes and Gordon ahead of him. Yeah, that's true. So are you confident Gordon stays now, Martin? Are we confident that... Not Barnes, sorry, Gordon stays? There was a lot of rumours, weren't there? He's a hard worker, just doesn't get the goals and shit. Yeah, his output numbers aren't, like, incredible, are they? They're not top, I know what you mean, they're not top 4. You know, you look at the other clubs, you've got wingers like Saka, Rashford, Son. And then people competing for 4th, which is where I still rank Arsenal, even though they're good. I just don't really like Arsenal. What a goal. You can get Madueke for 30 mil. I think Madueke's got potential, you know. I know there were some Ipswich fans who were saying, like, because he's at Chelsea still, right? There were some Ipswich fans saying we should try and loan him because we've got a good relationship with Chelsea because of the Hutchinson deals. And I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Because Chelsea are a big stockpile of players, like they can't play them. But then there's rumours that Chelsea are worried about a transfer ban coming, isn't there? So I think that might lead to Chelsea loaning a few instead of selling them, just to keep them on the books in case that transfer ban happens. It'll be interesting if they get a transfer ban. Again. Will City get a transfer ban? I can't remember who it was. Someone said they should be relegated to League 2 in the comments. I read it, but hadn't read it out yet. I think City should be relegated to at least League 1. I really do. Because they've took the piss out of the rules. And if you relegate them to the Championship, they're back next year. Nothing changes. Martin, yeah. I think if you just relegate them to the Championship, they're back next year. If you just did dock them like if you dock them like 10 points, they might even still win the league. Do you know what I mean? If you dock City 10 points, they still could win the league. So I really do think they need to be properly punished. And I don't like how that punishes the fans. But on the flip side, I don't like how City's, financial doping has punished like Liverpool fans, for example, who have finished second, like 3-4 times to City. Hopefully it goes all the way back to 2013-14 and we can get Stevie G's medal. Dock him some points for that season. Ipswich about to sign Jens Kajust. I don't know if that, I guess it's Jens. Jens Kajust. Napoli midfielder. Played against Liverpool, interestingly, so I have seen him play. He didn't blow me away, but I think he's going to be good for Ipswich. He's a centre mid, isn't he? Oh, what a goal that is. Take a bow. I believe he's a centre mid that can also play like defensive mid or attacking mid. And I think he might have even played right back a couple of times, if memory serves me right. We can pull up his transfer market after this game and have a little look. It looks like a good signing. It definitely adds depth. Not Premier League experience, but Champions League experience, which is better than Premier League experience in my opinion. I know a lot of people disagree with that, but he's played at the highest level. And also, like you talk about Liverpool, he's been to Anfield before, which is one of the reasons you want Premier League players. Man City relegated to the National League for Charlie. This is what I mean. Honestly, I think it has to be a hammer, doesn't it? Like the punishment has got to be so bad that it deters anyone else from doing this again. But it's also like, it's not just that. It's also have the Premier League got the balls to do it, because Man City are now a global merchandise power and stuff. Then now, like you look at kids today, you see them walking around in their friggin' De Bruyne shirts, and I hate it. I think why? But if they love the club and they enjoy it, I don't care, you sport. But yeah, I think it has to be a big punishment. But are the Premier League going to bottle it and think, oh, we want Man City because of their commercial rights, because of their like, there's a lot of debate there, isn't there? It's weird as well, because as a Liverpool fan, it's hard for me to be impartial, because what City have done has cost Liverpool titles. So, like, for example, trying to not be biased, I think the fairest punishment is you don't do anything historical, because, like, stripping league titles off them and stuff, like, they've already won them. Do you know what I mean? They've had the trophy parade and that. You can. It's like when someone loses a gold medal because they were doping and stuff. Well, they've already had the gold medal around their neck and had their national anthem played and stuff. So you can't take it away from them, really. And if you do, it's not the same. So the punishment has to affect City going forwards. But if you said to me, City don't get relegated, but they get docked, 20 points from the last so many seasons, so Liverpool win like 4 titles out of it, and Steven Gerrard gets his Premier League medal, I think I'd be torn on what to do. But I think the only punishment that actually works is something which affects the future, not the past. If that's the case, Newcastle should just flex suspended. I agree. Like, if City don't get hammered, I hope you boys go crazy. I really do. Honestly, if City don't actually get hammered by the Premier League for the rule breaches, I hope Newcastle just absolutely take the piss. And anyone else as well. Ipswich have got, I think, the second richest owners in the Premier League, although it's an investment bank, so, you know, investment funds aren't, they're a bit different to people spending their money on a hobby, which is what a lot of football ownership is. But, yeah, I'd like Newcastle's owners just to take the piss. Just absolutely take the piss. Get Cristiano in, get Messi in, just honestly, just start taking the mickey out of the whole thing. Bring in Mbappe, honestly, just offer people like so much money that they can't say no. Just everyone as well. That's what I want to see Newcastle do. I want to see Newcastle have so much. If Man City don't get punished properly, I want to see Newcastle offer Pep Guardiola so much money that he leaves City and goes to Newcastle. Like, because if the Premier League aren't going to police it, let's just take the piss. Like, I hope Liverpool's owners do as well. Because Liverpool's owners have got a lot of money. They don't spend it because they would always argue that they're staying within the FFP rules. Which, you know, should be the right thing to do. But if other teams don't get punished, it's not, is it? Martin wants Mbappe, Haaland and Bellingham. That'd do, wouldn't it? That'd do for a start. First transfer window. I wonder if Mbappe, Haaland, Bellingham puts Newcastle in the title picture. I guess it probably would. I think you might need a better centre back though, like a proper, like Van Dijk. Yes. Charlie doesn't get why Ipswich even bother to follow the rules because no one else does. Exactly. Like, the rules are a joke. What's the point of it? If City don't get punished, I hope Ipswich starts throwing. Yeah, I hope they do as well. I hope everyone just goes absolutely crazy with money and just starts like buying everyone. Because as well, like, it'll make the Premier League awful. But, you know, like, English teams will win all the European competitions all of a sudden, won't they? Okay. Oh, what a goal that is from Martin Odegaard. Just can't get there. That's too much. Too much indeed. Look, Ozzy Osbourne shaker on the go, look. I'm drinking Sneak today. You know the weirdest thing as well? I actually found an unopened top of Sneak today. I knew it was on my desk. I didn't lose the top, but I thought I'd opened it and had like 4 or 5 out of it. I haven't. It was a brand new sealed top, so that was a win. I bought it when I reviewed the that one, the lemony, blizzardy, the ultra blizzard or whatever the hell they called it. I can't remember what they called it, but when I reviewed that, I bought Amy's favourite flavour as well, and we never opened it, so plenty of Sneak for me. If City want to play, we have more money than you, game. They're not being exactly. Yeah, like, it's like that Borat thing, isn't it? When he's like, I buy this, my neighbour buys this. I buy this, I buy stereo, he can't afford. That's what Newcastle will be like. You buy Haaland, we'll buy Mbappe. You have De Bruyne, we'll get Zubimendi. Oh, really? But yeah, I agree. Like, that's what it's like. That's what it will be like. But the Premier League's got to police it. And I think there's a big argument that the only way to do it is a wage cap. FFP should spend the money you have once authorised. Yeah, I agree. It should be like once clubs are invested, like Everton and stuff, once they're investigated and they know they're going to be punished, like the Premier League comes in and tells them they can't make certain transfers and stuff. why is there not just like a Premier League person assigned to each club who does that day to day? But I think the problem is, I think like teams like Everton and Newcastle and stuff, they haven't hid that they're stretching the rules in terms of what they're spending. They're just stretching the rules. Whereas like Man City, if like literally like, you know, the owner transfers some money to his granddad. His granddad transferred the money to his mum. His granddad's mum's probably not still alive, to be fair, but you know, they transfer the money for about 50 people. Then they transfer it into some random airline like Etihad, which they own anyway. And then they claim that someone else has paid for the sponsorship, don't they? Which is literally not just breaking football rules, it's literally fraud. A lot of what Man City do is like the definition of fraud. Alright, Man City will probably sue me now I've said that. If you never see me again, guys, you know what happened. Sheikh Mansour, is it Sheikh Mansour that owns City? He's come for me. His people have got me. So, if you never see me again, that's what happened. So, you know, if I die in any suspicious accidents the next week, someone tip the police off. Ipswich can spend 700 million. Yeah. Why can't they? I thought I was in. I'm a rocket. Why can't Ipswich spend what they want? The other thing that obviously Ipswich did in the Championship and stuff, which was allowed, was they sold shares in the club to a different investment group, and the money got reinvested in the business, a bit like Dragon's Den. You know, when someone on Dragon's Den goes in for 100 grand, and the Dragons give them 100 grand for 10% of the business or whatever, they're not paying that person to buy they're giving the business that money to help the business and getting shares in return. So that's what Ipswich did last year with the investment thing. Well, not even last year, just like last season. So there's ways around it all. Martin knows what's up. Don't say that. I'm actually going to France like real soon. Alright? Don't, Martin. I'm scared. Oh dear. I'm not going to sleep now. I'm looking out my window for like Man City's assassins. Oh dear. Funny sometimes, isn't it? Right, before we play the next one, put my controller on charge while we have a little look at the new signing for Ipswich. Oh, that's the wrong button. You didn't mean to do that. I haven't turned the screen over, so you guys can... I'm sitting here like going through it, thinking you can see what I can see, but you can't. Okay, that didn't work. Try that button. Hey, there we go. Samsung Galaxy S23, £649. You can get one a lot cheaper than that, guys. Don't do it. I recently got an S23, not the FE, just the S23, and I paid nowhere near that much. So don't pay £599 because on Amazon you get £530. Check my last video for the link. Who have I been searching for? Ipswich squad, LSM, Sam Surridge, Dominic Szoboszlai maybe? What's he called? You have to scroll back. Charlie spelled it correctly, I believe. What's this guy called from Napoli? Well, I can't remember his name. It's like Lukovic or something. I can't remember his name. The name is just literally going out. Let's just look at Napoli. That'll work, won't it? Oh no, it's not Napoli. It's come up with people called Napoli now. It's all going wrong. There we go, Jens. So here we go, Jens. What's this advert about? No, don't play that with sound because no, go. Jens Kajust, Swedish born in Göteborg, 1.88 meters. So he's a big lad. You know, that's 6'2", is it? Hit on money. Charlie and Martin both put the name before I can remember. So main position is centre mid, but he has also played defensive mid, so he can play both. Player agent, World in Motion, named after the brilliant song by the greatest left wing of all time, John Barnes. Transfer value, it's never been higher than now, as you can see from the graph. Oh, Disneyland Paris. Can't wait to go to Disneyland Paris, guys. Honestly, I'm so excited. Also played for Reims, Napoli, Midtjylland. So he's gone for 12 million before. That's interesting. Scouts and Proud, yes, Link, it was me who messaged you on Instagram yesterday. Come on the mighty Reds. Cheers, man. I don't know if I replied to your message. I got so many honestly, yesterday, my phone was a joke. With Ipswich Liverpool going on, my phone was honestly, like, it was just, I can't explain how busy it was. I did reply, I call, ain't cool. I replied to a bunch of them, but I knew there might have been one or two that I just hadn't got around to yet. So what's he played? He's played in the Superliga, 26 games in Serie A. That's alright, isn't it? Let's get his stats up. Ipswich should go fuck it to the Premier League. Vinny Jr., Pedri and Bellingham. I don't think Bellingham gets in front of Smollett. Martin says, Laurent Robert, say hello for that John Marnes comment. Oh, Laurent Robert, eh? That's a player. So, there's the games he's played. Okay, so look, I was right when I said he has played wide as well. He's played 1 game as a striker, 1 as a right winger, 8 as a right midfielder though, 1 game on the left midfield, 71 times at DM. So he's actually played more games in his career at DM, even though he's played CM more recently, so that's interesting. 40 games he's played CM. He's played as a number 10 5 times, and he's also played 3 games at centre half. So that's quite interesting to see, you know, like a real rounded player. He's played a lot of positions. For a defensive midfielder, goals and stuff isn't really what you see. You know, he's got, what, 11 goals in about 200 games? Yeah. But he's a defensive midfielder. He's all about the tackling, isn't he? You know, I don't think this website has, like, defensive stats, does it? If I go on detailed, I think you get some defensive stats in there. No, you don't. He locks a yellow card, look. 7, 7, 7, 8. 8 yellow cards in 18 games is a bit naughty, isn't it? That's like Sam Morsey level. I thought this had defensive stats. I don't know why I thought that. I might just be stupid. Ipswich slow midfield, sign as pace, definitely. Let's have a look at his injury history. I'm always interested in that one. When people look at players, that's one of the things. Okay, there's a few. Last season we had muscle fatigue 3 days, knee bruise 2 days. Where anyone can get bruised, can't they? Thigh problem 3 days, hamstring 2 weeks. So no big injuries there. He had a hamstring injury way back in 2022. That's around. Is that around COVID? Not sure. But yeah, like, oh yeah, coronavirus in 2021. Like, missed 14 days. So yeah, there's no big. He's never been out for more than 2 months injured, which is a really good sign. You know, that's what you want from a player, isn't it? Like, total injuries, missed 22 days. One season he missed 136 days. So he's missed 5 games, 22 and 4 games in like his 3 like big seasons as a player. So yeah, I don't think that's anything to worry about personally. If we go on rumours, it will say Ipswich Town. Ready? Oh. Most recent rumour, Ipswich Town. Probability of transfer isn't shown, which is interesting because that's normally how likely is it to happen. He's been photographed in a hotel in Ipswich, so he's got to be pretty high. Yeah, interesting to have a little look at him and see what he's about. But yeah, the other thing we could do, I'm going to change my screen when I pull it up. And this isn't the most scientific thing, but I also like to do this basically when I'm looking at a player. It's not the most scientific thing, but just have a little look at their FIFA ratings. Okay? What's with all the adverts? Just leave me alone. Stop. Stop. I said stop. I need to download an ad blocker, don't I? So here we go. You got 72 pace, 62 shooting, 69 passing, 74 dribbling, 68 defending, 76 physical. So what is that player? Oh, talk of the devil. John Barnes. If you look at his stats, it looks like physical and dribbling his best stats, which is interesting for a centre mid. Looks like his sprint speed way higher than his acceleration. Shot power's his best shooting stats, so he's probably got a bit of a bullet on him. Free kicks are awful. That's not always what you want. But short pass, long pass is actually quite good. Vision's quite good. Stamina 76, strength 77, aggression 73, jumping 77. So, you know, it looks like he's got good physical stats in FIFA, which is based on real life. It's not always completely accurate, of course it isn't, but it's interesting to see. Ball control is actually his best dribbling stat. So ball control, you know, first touch, bringing it down. Agility's high as well, which Ipswich need that because I feel like Morsey and Luongo aren't the most agile. So, you know, that change of direction, definitely worth getting. I said earlier, 188 is about 6'2". It's exactly 6'2", so look at my maths go. Is there anything else interesting in his stats or anything? Don't think so. So similar is also another interesting thing to do. So there's things like FB Ref which are much better for doing this. But if you look at similar players to Kajust, Luis Alberto, these are sorted by rating overall. So who's like the best player who's similar to him, and it's Luis Alberto, who used to play for Liverpool, good centre mid. Torres, Pizzi, Naby Keita. Now I think Naby Keita, although he wasn't the best at Liverpool, that's the sort of midfield that Ipswich want. Someone that's going to get around, get the ball, play football, go. So yeah, Naby Keita's a good. Lamina, another good player who's likened to in terms of his stats. Lerma, another good one. Stanchu was really good at the Euros actually. Anyone else I like on there? Brownhill, Josh Brownhill, good player. Let's have a look at the silver ones. This can sometimes be where you know, if Morsey pops up on here, it's interesting, isn't it? Okay, there's no one I know on here. No one I recognise coming up now. But yeah, interesting to have a look at that. And I think it'll be a success. I'm going to say it now. Doesn't look like the biggest transfer fee. Doesn't look like the craziest deal. But I think that will give Ipswich a little bit of success. I really do. He's got goals in him by the sound of things. You know, from midfield he's got a few. And Ipswich will give him more chances. Martin says, could loan us a couple of young midfielders. You can have Trevon Sansui. Dude's mini maximum. St. Maximin. That'd be sick. Charlie said Morsey's great vision, can pick out killer passes, shows to dribble the ball around far centre halves. Yeah, I think he lacks that. Okay, there was an advert playing music there. Not good for copyright reasons. Hate websites that are plastered with video ads. But yeah, I think Morsey as well, like, he's obviously getting to the back end of his career. You know, I don't mean it with any disrespect. He's what, 31, 32. He's at that point where he's going to start declining maybe. So I think getting someone with some legs in there with him, and then you can kind of, you know, share the other minutes between Morsey and Luongo, will for me work really well. And that is brilliant. Oh, Mane. Disgusting, that Sadio. Crouch will score, don't worry about that. Peter Crouch is so good in this game. I love it, even his like slow cards earlier in the game. You all know I used to love using him because his height is just unique. He's controlling his goalkeeper. You'll notice. If I get another chance to attack before they quit because they're losing, he's controlling his goalkeeper and he's protecting the far post way too much, which is leaving the near post open. It's how I've scored so easy. West Ham, I think they've won the transfer window maybe. Don't you? I think they've had the best transfer window out of anyone. Bought well, I think they've also sold well as well, which is, I think that's so underrated by football fans. We all get excited about new signings, but sometimes when you sell someone well, and I think Liverpool are a great example of that. Getting all that money for Fabio Carvalho. Getting like 10 million from Solanke's sell-on clause. Have Liverpool bought anyone yet? No. No. The Liverpool fans yesterday were singing, Liverpool have got no money, but we'll still win the league. That's what I was singing yesterday in reference to the lack of transfers. Charlie says, like, yesterday's game wasn't lost in the midfield. Most of the game was played out wide with full-backs providing long balls to the forwards. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Morsey and Luongo cost us the game yesterday. I thought they could actually compete in there really well. Especially because you think they were a kind of 2 against a 3. Depending on how you look at where it was 10s were. Yeah, I thought, to be fair, it was good. I think Ipswich need to... The other problem, I thought, was being outnumbered in the wide area. Because Ipswich are playing with that wing-back system. You know, the kind of 2 number 10s was a bit narrow. Martin says shouldn't have sold Carvalho. I would have liked to have kept him. But when someone doesn't want to be there and you're offered like that much profit on a player, I can't remember what we bought him for, but it was like 2 million or something, wasn't it? We sold him for like near 30. I think it is 30 with add-ons, isn't it? And I think we have got a sell-on clause as well. And I also think we've got like a... Not a buyback clause, but I think we've got like a matching clause, I believe. So if, say you get sold for 40 million to Man U, we're allowed to match it if he wants to come to us. Did he want out? Yeah, he's wanted out for a bit. That's why he went on loan last season, because Klopp didn't... I was hoping that Klopp leaving meant he might have a change of heart. But yeah, Jurgen Klopp didn't fancy him really. And because of that, he went on loan last season. I think he would have liked the permanent move last season, but Liverpool wouldn't sanction it. No one offered as much money as Liverpool felt he was worth. So yeah, he didn't really want to stay, which is a shame. And in pre-season, he was absolutely brilliant. He scored 2 in 4 in pre-season. You know, which is really good. But centre mid gets 2 goals in pre-season. That's all right, isn't it? But he's a shame. I like Cavalier. I enjoy watching him as well. I'm also gutted Ipswich didn't come in from. I know it was a lot of money, but I think you would have added something to Ipswich. And as well as playing as a number 10 or centre mid, he's good as a winger as well. And he also has played false nine for obviously Hull last year. So yeah, it would have been a player I would have liked Ipswich to look at. Like you didn't want to sell Minter, but you had to sell him. Yeah. That's the issue with FFP, isn't it? It's because the money that comes in is on the accounts today. And then you sell someone, you know, you buy someone, you're writing that money for 5 years. Charlie still thinks Hamidi needs a loan. I don't know, I thought he was good, you know. I think Ipswich injuries, he's going to get minutes. And I don't think people like playing against him. I think he's got like an unpredictability. He's quite physical. He's quick as well. Like I would be tempted to give him some minutes against City. Maybe even give him a few more, like a half hour. And the other thing as well, I'm not sure how's Delap going to react at City, because obviously Guardiola knows Delap really well, but then I guess Delap knows Guardiola really well. The players will all know Delap really well. So do you play Hamidi instead of Delap just for an X factor? Problem is, I'm not the chairman of the Hamidi fan club, am I? Ronaldinho's, I can't see the end of it. Is it Son? Is it Burnley? Is it Son? That's crazy. Would have played Hurst at City if he wasn't injured. Yeah, I probably would too. Instead of Delap. For the same sort of reasons why I'm saying Hamidi might be worth a gamble. Because I just think Delap, you know, City know him, don't they? And there is also the count of, you know, maybe he comes out with a point to prove. But it could make him... Martin says, makes you feel old having... Yeah, me too, Martin. Honestly, like, Delap is Rory Delap's son, don't know if you knew that. But Liam Delap is Rory Delap's son. So weird. So weird. Yeah, I don't think he'll have like a connection with the fans as such. I don't think they'll boo him or anything. Well, to be fair, City fans don't make any noise, so they won't. And Martin only did it last night. Every time we took a throw in, I kept shouting, give it to the lap. I never did, never listened. He must get so sick of people asking him how far he can throw a ball. Can you imagine if your dad's Rory Delap? You must get asked that like every day. How far can you throw a ball? I used to love Rory Delap, mate. I might be in the minority, but just different, wasn't it? Deflection. His dad wasn't the best player, but he was good. Yeah, he was good, but he was fun as well, wasn't he? He was a little bit like how I was saying earlier. Like I like having Peter Crouch on Ultimate Team because he's unique. Because he has like the height that no one else has. So he just has like a unique thing. Like Rory Delap had that throw-in. Like no one else can get near them throw-ins. Because it wasn't even just how far they went. They were so flat as well, weren't they? Like. It was literally like a cross getting whipped in. And he put a shift in, yeah. But I like those players that have, you know, they're not always the best players, but they have like their thing. The thing that makes them a bit different. Especially in football today, because so many footballers are the same. Like most footballers now, they don't. You don't really have like a footballer where it's like they have one like weird trait. But they used to be like your Delaps and stuff that just had like an outstanding attribute. It's a little bit why like Adama Traore, he's so quick and strong, it's like a joke. He's another player I'd like at Ipswich Town, I'll be honest. Adama Traore running down that right wing, he could do the Wes Burns job. Mind you, I sit in the front row so I might get splashed with bloody baby oil. Good effort. That's the ultimate George Ezra lookalike. I can't even picture George Ezra. I'm not the most pop music educated. I don't really like pop music that much. I know who George Ezra is, but I couldn't picture him. Like I can't pick. If I saw a picture of him, I'd probably be able to say, yeah, that's George Ezra. But I can't like imagine him in my head, if that makes sense. Yeah, like Joe Bryant would break legs for fun, yeah. And be sexist and racist. And tell you Brexit means Brexit. Oh, Joey Barnes, idiot. He'd Craig Bellamy as well. You know what I mean? He'd fight anyone. Craig Bellamy was like... He was like the Welsh Rowdy Roddy Piper. Oh man, it's dirty. It's going all the way to the back to Sterling, who touches it, bang. What a goal. Someone you want in your team, yeah. I tell you, I used to love Craig Bellamy. I don't know if you guys have heard the Craig Bellamy like Jamie Carragher story, but I think Craig Bellamy was at Newcastle at the time, and it was when Robbie Fowler had come back to Liverpool, and I think Robbie Fowler miscontrols the ball, and Jamie Carragher like shouts at Robbie like, "What the fuck you doing?" or something like. And Craig Bellamy, he's playing for Newcastle against Jamie Carragher, like basically turns and says, "You can't talk to Robbie Fowler like that." Brilliant. I think there was a lot more F's and C's probably in there, but I can't remember the exact quote, and I don't want to make it sound like Bellamy swore more times than he did. He's been doing well as a coach, isn't he, Bellamy, as well? He's been really progressive in coaching. Dyer fighting on the pitch with Lee. Oh, Kieran Dyer, what a guy. Very underrated. Probably has the best autobiography of football. If you haven't read it, honestly, it's amazing. It is genuinely one of the most amazing books I've ever read. For me personally, it was very inspirational. Like he talks about being abused as a child, basically, and his book was part of how I was able to talk to people, because, you know, knowing that one of my Ipswich Town heroes had been through similar gave me sort of like strength and stuff. So yeah, I love Kieran Dyer, but he was an idiot sometimes. But his book's a good read, definitely. Has he just beat the offside trap? No. He was a sick note. Yeah, I think it happens a lot with players who are that good, that young. They get kind of burnt out, don't they? Like Michael Owen. Do you know what I mean? Like if you're so good, I think Jerry Carragher is definitely biased to Liverpool. He's really knowledgeable about football though. Like I really enjoy when he's talking about other, like, I enjoy him talking about Liverpool because I like the ball, I enjoy it. But when you hear him talk about other teams in games, I think he's interesting because he knows what he's talking about. It's weird as well because Like like whenever I've seen interviews with like his teammates when he's playing, they were all convinced he was the one that would be a manager out of all of his teammates, you know, and that includes like Alonso and Gerrard. They were like, no, Jamie Carragher will be a manager. But I think he just enjoys his lifestyle now, that he doesn't have to be working every minute under the sun, and he deserves it. But yeah, when he's not talking about Liverpool, he knows what he's on about. Owen, Ali, Rashford, yeah, good examples as well. I think Jamie Carragher would be a great manager. I do. I just don't think he wants to, which is interesting. You know what I mean? He hasn't got a desire for it, which is I like actually. Outside the boot shot from a corner. Don't bring their keeper out. I'll try it all day. I'll tell you, he defended me really well there. Crouch. Play Joanna. Manny's gone. Pen. No. Yeah, he does spit at people as well. That's a slight problem. It's a slight problem that he likes to have a little spit at people. You know, which is not. It's not really a desired characteristic, is it? He's coming to EAFC, isn't he? I don't know if we've talked about that yet. But he is now confirmed as an icon. Not an icon. As a hero for next season. I cannot wait. Martin says Lady King's another one. Yeah. He was you know, Spurs' best player at like 17. Burnt out. Ruined him. I think there's a lot of players like that where they're just given too many games too young. And I know a lot of people often say, oh, it went to their head because they got all that money when they were young and stuff like that. But have we got enough points to claim any of the Evos? We have, so let's do that. Otherwise we're wasting games. Let's evolve John Canate first. Goes up to 92. So I've got him on the dribbling Evo just because I thought it'd be fun to have a 5-star centre back. I didn't have anyone else that I used who was eligible for it. Get Reese's pace and shooting up, you know, not that's needed. It's why Newcastle being careful with Lewis Smiley, yeah. And it's why I want Liverpool to be careful with like Train Ione and stuff. Don't get why Ipswich need a skybox for Jamie Carragher and the pundits. I think it's because if Ipswich is the big game, they cover a different game, don't they? So like, unlike, you know, Super Sunday, whatever it's called nowadays, if Ipswich play Liverpool at the half-4 slot, they also cover like the half-2 and the 12 slots, don't they? So I think the pundits in the studio cover more games. I think that's why they want the studio. I get making a studio for Sky Sports, like, don't get me wrong, but I don't get why it's the biggest priority. But also, we only did the Town TV studio last year. Wouldn't it have made more sense to maybe make that in such a way that we could lend it to Sky Sports for Premier League games on Sky? That's what surprises me. Because as well, like, Town TV is not dead, but Town TV is like nowhere near as much important because of, you know, the games aren't broadcast because they're all on Sky. And then like the international games, like the games that aren't 3 o'clock kickoffs, they're on Sky or TNT. So they can't broadcast them like they could last year, when last year any 3 o'clock kickoff that wasn't on Sky was on Town TV. Or even the Sky ones were on Town TV in like America and stuff. Because Ipswich don't have that now. So yeah, for me it would have made more sense to make the Town TV studio like acceptable of what Sky wanted. And make it like meet the standards that Sky wanted. And then you don't have to build them a studio. And just use that one. Because Ipswich won't be using it for those things. And you just do Town TV from the side of the pitch if you have to. I think part of it is, as well, the happier, and I think a lot of the smaller Premier League clubs have been working on this, and I've heard Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville talk about it. Some of those clubs want Sky to be as happy as possible when they visit it, because they want them to come back. So like the logic here is, if Ipswich Town makes Sky as happy as possible at Portman Road, we'll get more games on TV because Sky want to come back and the pundits want to come back and stuff, and then that in turn gets us more TV money. So that's obviously a fact as well. But I get it. It's, what is it the priority? Surprised it wasn't on Sky. Yeah, it was. It was weird. I thought it was going to be the Friday night Sky game. When the fixtures were coming out and stuff, that's what I was expecting. Liverpool played that Friday night slot quite a lot. And also, I thought once it wasn't Friday, I was thinking probably Sunday. So it is interesting that it was the Saturday half. I hate Saturday half 12s. Absolutely hate them. The atmosphere's always shit. The atmosphere yesterday was really good, right? But tell me what that atmosphere would have been like on a Friday night. That would have been so much better. Or on a Saturday evening, at 5, when people have been in the pub all day, building up to it all day. Like I don't like the half 12 kickoffs. I never really have. Only I like them from a TV perspective, because you can, you know, if you're watching the football game, you can watch it, get it out of the way, and enjoy your day. But I feel like when you go to a game, like unless it's an evening, like a proper evening game, like at 8 o'clock, you're sort of building your day around getting down there, aren't you? Like, I feel unless they kick off at 8, you know, your day is built around, especially for me having to travel now, it's built around the game. Charlie's favourite kick-off time is Saturday at 5. Do you know what my favourite is? Saturday at 5, but in the winter. When the floodlights are on at like half time. Do you know what I mean? That's what I like. Like, I like games under the floodlights anyway, like I like evening games. When I didn't have to travel to games, I loved the 8 o'clock kick-off. Now, because I have like 2-3 hour journey each way, 8 o'clock kick-off is like, what? I'm getting home at midnight. So it's not as fun. But yeah, I think the 5 o'clock is a nice game. I don't mind the 3 o'clock, but I don't like half 12s. Never ever liked the half 12. Really, it's just not me. I'm surprised we don't have more kick-off times. That's something else I'd like to look at. Like in COVID, there was like a kick-off some days. It was like 12, 2, 4, 6. Do that. Do that. Just put football on all day. Like, we don't need Saturday 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Premier League at all. Get rid of them. Put every game on TV. That's what they should do. That's what they should actually do. Is they should say, okay, we're not allowed to broadcast at 3 o'clock. All Premier League games are going to be these times now, so that it can be broadcast. I'd love that. Why not? They make more TV money. Fans would be happy. The floodlights losing Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Exactly. Remember the days. I just love games under the floodlights though. I think as well it's because when I was a kid, a lot of the games I went to when I was little were the cup games, because it was so much cheaper. Like a lot of the cup games were like £5, £10 a ticket. So my older brother used to take me to a lot of cup games. It was really cheap. So when I was a kid, a lot of the Ipswich games I went to were like Tuesday, Wednesday night, Carling Cup, FA Cup games and stuff. So I think that gives me like nostalgia for those games under the lights. But also, as being a Liverpool fan, like Anfield under the lights, European nights, it's just, yeah, love it. Martin says future looking good. Tino and Hall, Miley could all be English starters. Yeah, I think they'll definitely be in the conversation, won't they? Is Tino also eligible for Spain? Is that true? I think I don't understand as well. It's how Tino starts for Newcastle over Trippier, but Southgate thinks Trippier is better. That confusion. Like, I don't understand that. Like, it'd be like if Tsimikas and Robertson were both Scottish and they played Tsimikas. Like, what? Like, doesn't make sense to me. We don't have to moan about Southgate anymore though, he's gone. You know, thanks for the memories, it's time to go. Steve Gerrard. Xabi Alonso has a go. Fabinho left foot as well. How do I see Liverpool versus Ipswich playing out at Anfield? Very premature. It is very premature. The first thing to say is I'm hoping to go. I think it would make a great video. I'd love to go there and be sat amongst the Liverpool fans watching Ipswich. I think it would be a brilliant day out. The way Liverpool do their tickets is a bit different to Ipswich. So they do a ballot for every game. Unless you went to like 14 league games the year before, which you can't even get 14 tickets a season unless you're like buying hospitality for £400 a game. But yeah, the ballot for the Ipswich game doesn't happen till December, so I don't know if I'll be able to personally get a ticket and go. If not, I'm thinking about hospitality, which is a few £100, but I really want to go to that game. Like, it would be special. But I have got 2 Liverpool tickets so far this season, so I'll be going to 2 league games and vlogging it. In terms of the game, I think it will be. It's hard to predict because you don't know what they'll both be doing by then. One thing that could help Ipswich is I'm pretty sure it's either before or after the Champions League game. I'm pretty sure that's how the fixtures look. So that for Ipswich obviously helps because Ipswich aren't in the Champions League. They won't be playing in Europe. That's something else Ipswich fans have got to think about. For like, when we play like, you know, your big teams, a lot of them are going to be playing in Europe, which Ipswich aren't. So, like how Ipswich looked a little bit tired in the second half yesterday, if Liverpool had played 90 minutes away in Rubin Kazan or somewhere Wednesday, you know, pound drop-off might not have been so noticeable. But yeah, I think Town will be competitive in it. They'll go in there with nothing to lose. You know, see what they can do, won't they? It'll be it's like a free hit again. That's what I kept describing yesterday as from the Ipswich perspective, and I think you have to look at the games against City and that as a free hit. City, Liverpool, Arsenal, I think you've got to look at those 3 as a free hit right now. Like, then you've got like Newcastle, United, Spurs. They're games where you want to get the odd point out of. I don't think they're a free hit as such. You want the odd point. But if you said to me now you could take 1 point off Spurs, United, Chelsea, Newcastle, Villa. I think that would be good. Because really, like, the way you got to look at it is to stay up, you just got to win 10 games and draw 10 games. 40 points will keep you up. Win 10, draw 10, you're up. So if you can get draws against, you know, those 4 big teams, you've just got to draw with 6 of the bottom half and beat 10 of the bottom half. Unless you play Arsenal last day because they bottle things. Exactly, yeah. If you play Arsenal when they need to win. Exactly. Oh no, Martin works in retail, so the fact Ipswich played Newcastle just before Christmas is like, means he can't make it down to the Ipswich game. We were hoping to both go and like hang out in Ipswich and then go to the game and stuff around the game, but yeah, unfortunately you can't really do that, which is a shame. But you know, Ipswich won't go down this year, so we'll have another chance next year, Martin, mate. Maybe next time I hang out with Martin will be Download Festival. Is the lineup out for this year? For next year? I guess it's not. I guess it's nowhere near it announced. I really hope they just put a good lineup together. I don't even know who's rumoured for Download Festival. Is there any rumours though, Martin? I know you say not yet. It's not announced yet, but is there any like word on the street? Is the word on the street Guns N' Roses? Because I'm in. My favourite band ever, man. Love that band so much. Martin hasn't heard anything. Fair play. Early days, isn't it? Early days. I was so jealous seeing all the pictures of people download this summer. I was just like, I should have gone. Game week 2 score predictions. I'll be honest with you, I don't even really know who plays who. After this game, we can pull the fixture list stuff and have a look. Because I was planning on pulling up the Premier League website anyway to have a look at my fantasy league. I thought that might be a fun thing to do on the live stream. So we've got a Links Legends fantasy league, which you can join. You know, get your Premier League players in there and see who actually knows the most about football. Put yourself up against me. I always do rubbish because I'm too biased to Liverpool and Ipswich now. It's made it even worse. But yeah, I was going to look at the fantasy league on the stream at some point. So yeah, we'll pull the fixture list up and I'll try and predict the games. Also, if there's any little things like that which you have like ideas for the streams, like as well as playing FIFA, because I quite like it when we have a little break from FIFA and we talk about something, or we pull up a new player that someone signed and stuff like that. So if anyone ever has like ideas for little bits of streams like that, do let me know, and I should try and adhere to your requests. And also, I think it's fun for like the people who watch like regular, that we have those little bits for like people that watch it back as well. Like, you know, if you miss a stream, you want to watch it still to see my predictions of the week. So yeah, so a little idea I've got is to add some more kind of segmenty kind of bits into the Sunday stream. And I'm also still looking at streaming not on a Sunday with probably a different game. Thinking about bringing that back as well, because I like the streams, and the Sunday's really perfect because we can talk about football and everything, but it'd be fun to hang out at a different time, wouldn't it, guys? Martin would love Green Days and Foos. Who's the Foo? I'm joking. I know it's Foo Fighters. Who? Dave Grohl. Do you know what? I don't hate the Foo Fighters, you know what I mean? Like if I was at Download to see someone else, I would go watch the Foo Fighters while I'm there. Like, it's not like Avenged Sevenfold where I don't even want to see them. I don't even care about seeing them. Like, but I would never buy a ticket to see the Foo Fighters. Green Day would be sick though. He's got Cashley at left back. As he's affectionately known by the Arsenal fans. I love how they printed out all those notes with his face on. You don't remember that? When Chelsea signed Ashley Cole, Arsenal fans all throwing around these like fake like £50 notes that Ashley Cole's face on, because he obviously went to Chelsea for money. I love it when football fans do. Like, it's funny stuff like that. Like, we need to bring that back. There's not enough like funny stuff happening now. There's a lot of good bands, Limp Bizkit, Wheatus, Bottom Soup. Yeah, it was actually a really good lineup, just not good headliners in my opinion. Download this year. Like, the lineup was wicked, but just it lacked that person that justified the cost of going. For me. But the thing is, what, I don't even live that far. I think I'm like an hour or so's drive from it. So it's not even that hard for me to get to. Nowadays, living in the old countryside. It's funny as well because there's a place near me called Donington. It's not Castle Donington. It's just called Donington. And it always makes me think to download every time I see it. This guy is like Rey Mysterio off Wish. Does a 419. 419 and a friggin' code splash. Apologise to anyone that doesn't watch wrestling for the amount of wrestling references. Actually, no, I don't apologise. If you don't understand them, just laugh anyway. I'm unapologetically me. Great header from John Arner. Man. That went in our screen. Reese wins a throw. Reese's long throws, so good. They really help you get out of situations, like, especially when you got Crouchy up top as well. You can like abuse it a bit. Which I haven't been during the stream, but we might do it for fun in a minute. What a goal. Sterling just dribbling. Dribbling like a tap that doesn't turn off. Boom, yeah, it was absolutely total in there. That was like friggin' like kamikaze defending that from Fabinho. He threw his body right through it. These are Charlie's game week 2 prediction. Is that the second half or is that the first? Yeah, it's the first half. Brighton 1, United 1. Man City 4, Ipswich Town 1, Charlie's gone for. I think they're both quite sensible, to be fair. Give him that. Don't predict anything other than a Liverpool win, though. Because I won't read it out. And that is called media censorship, people. Where the media censors anything that doesn't agree with their agenda. Tottenham 2, Everton 1, yeah, I could see that. Sean Dyche making a bit of a scrap. Although they lost 3-0, didn't they, Everton? Bottom of the league, aren't they? But I'd like Fulham to beat Leicester. Let's get as many points off both of them as we can. Southampton 1, Forest 2. I think that could be tight, like you say. Southampton at home, though. Charlie's not particularly a Desmond yet. Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 2. Yeah, I think that will be a real tight game, won't it? I've got a protesting on the ball. Depends if Palace lose Gay. Yeah, I've got him in my fantasy team. He didn't play it. Did he play it the weekend? Yeah, he did, but he got booked and he conceded, so he didn't get any points from it, which is quite annoying. Wolves 2, Chelsea 3. Yeah, I don't feel like Chelsea can keep a clean sheet. Looking at them, honestly, I don't think they got it in them. I can see that as well. Bournemouth 1, Newcastle 3. Martin will be happy with you. I agree, Newcastle win that. Liverpool 4, Brentford 2. I think it'll be 6-0. I'll go through the list properly after this game and think about it and explain my reasons why. But yeah, I don't think you're that far away. You might as well stick an accumulator on that one. Maybe not those scores, just those results even. Wonder how much money you get for that. Martin says we don't need 11 men to win. Goal. It's 12 versus 10 yesterday. And you still did it. Flag. Yeah, thank you. Mane. That was disgusting. Sadio. Take a bow, son. Hot wide to Trent. One touch, whips it in. Crouch would score. Didn't quite. Didn't quite. That's what Risha does best. Honestly, that's going to tear a hole in Schmeichel's gloves on it. Just couldn't get the ball out of his feet enough to do anything with it. Ibn Kanate has been left for dead. Couldn't get Risa across. Kanate wins that. Mane, spin around. You don't watch NFL? I don't watch NFL like every week. I do like NFL though. My rule for Chicago, for American sports, is I just support Chicago. CM Punk's fault. So I like the Bears. But yeah, I don't like if it's on and I'm flicking through the channels, I'll watch it. Like I'll watch the Super Bowl most years, or I'll watch like it the next day because it's on at stupid time. But yeah, I don't watch much NFL. Martin's a Packers fan. Charlie's nervous for City away, even though he accepted defeat before the season began. Don't be. Trust me. I've got a feeling about it. I have got a feeling about that game. No, is it because I'm a Liverpool fan? I don't know, but I just got a feeling. You know, I just have this like, I don't know, just got this little itchy feeling that Ipswich might win. Not even draw, win. I can't explain it. You know when you sometimes just have like a hunch? Like you know when you meet someone and you just know they're a bit of a prick, but you can't explain why. And then like a month later you see him act like a total arsehole. It's a bit like that for the City game. I just have this little, I don't know. Just this little feeling that Town could do something. I really do. I'm going to bet on it as well. Just put my money where my mouth is. I will stick a bet on Town to beat City. I will, because I think it's going to happen. What have I done there? If we won, it would be like Ipswich versus Maidstone result. It's like City and Ipswich. I bet on Maidstone to beat Ipswich. I had a feeling about that as well. So I'm just saying. Right, let's get the fixtures up. Need to change screens. You can't see, can you guys? Much as it's something to slip up early, it might. Right. Brighton, Man U. I feel like I need to write it down somewhere. Right. Next week I'll be more prepared with a bit of paper or something. I've got a pen, but I haven't got any paper. I'll write it on the back of an ibuprofen box. It's on my desk. Brighton, Man U. I'm going to go for 2-2. Crystal Palace, West Ham. I'm going to go for 0-0. Cagey. Fulham, Leicester. I am going to go 2-0 Fulham. Man City versus Ipswich. I think Ipswich are going to win. I've got my silver Sharpie here, you know. One of the ones I use for autographs, guys. I want a signed picture, hit me up. I am going to go Man City 1, Ipswich 3. I believe in it. Sutton versus Everton. I'm going to... Oh, that could be a draw, I reckon. Oh, no, it's not Sutton versus Everton. Sutton Forest. I think Forest edge it. Could it be a draw? It's going to be a close game, that one, isn't it? I'll go 1-1 for that one. Spurs, Everton. I think Spurs win. I'm going to go 3-0 Spurs. That's my prediction. 3-0 Spurs. Villa versus Arsenal. I'm going to go for... Aston Villa vs Arsenal. So at Villa Park, home advantage. I'm going 2-2. But I think Villa could nick a win actually as well. I think it's, you know, Villa at home on the Sunday. Bournemouth versus Newcastle. I'm going 4-1 Newcastle. I believe in the Geordie boys. Wolves, Chelsea. I think I'm going to go 3-2 Chelsea like you predicted. I think you're right about that. I don't even know if I can read this. Like, I've been writing it on an ibuprofen box. Like, and last but not least, the best team in the world, LFC versus Brentford. 5-1 Liverpool. So yeah, there's my predictions. If you want to see me do that every week on the stream, and then maybe we go through the results the week after, let me know. But there's my predictions on the back of a box of ibuprofen, because I don't have any paper. I could have typed it on my computer, that would have been way smarter. But yeah, if you want me to go through them every week, let me know. Ipswich Train, you'll buy me a pie and a pint at Portman Road. They will. They will. Martin would have gone Brighton over Man U. What did I go for? Did I go Brighton over Man U? God, my handwriting's awful. Oh, I went 2-2. But yeah, there's my predictions, guys, for the game week ahead. The pies are like £7. Do you know what, bro? I don't even like the pies. Give me a sausage roll. I don't even like the pies. Have you had the new pints? Did you have a pint at the Oh, Martin, I forgot to go through fantasy. That was actually part of the plan, wasn't it? Martin knows what's going on better than I do. I feel like I'm back at uni with him. You know, Martin, what lectures have I got today, mate? Have we got any like work due? What day is it? I didn't do very well fantasy wise. I was doing brilliant. There was a point where I was in the top 1% of the country, and it all went wrong from there. I had a very good start, but I don't have Haaland, which means because City played well, I lost a lot of points. I don't want Haaland. I think he's too expensive, especially this season. I think there's just so many other options that could get almost as many goals as them. Like I've got Tony and Solanke, and I think they'll both probably nick 20. Yeah, what room are we in today, Martin? What building am I supposed to be at? Had a lager in the fan zone yesterday, 9 out of 10. What sort of lager was it? Because it's draft now, isn't it? It's all draft. But haven't they changed like suppliers or something to like a local brewer or something like that? Tastes different than the one you have pretty much at Huddersfield. Nice. I heard they'd got a different supplier in. Because there was someone saying the club weren't happy about Guinness doing the red and blue truck stunt at the state. I don't know if it's true. Something I heard on social media, so take it with a pinch of salt. But yeah, I heard the club weren't happy with the Guinness thing, where Guinness parked 2 Guinness 0.0 trucks outside the stadium, and one had like Ipswich colours, one had Liverpool. Martin hasn't got Haaland, you got Watkins and Isaac. I really debated Isaac, but I feel like he's going to get injured. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because I think he's key for Newcastle. But I don't trust him not to be injured. I think he's a wicked player, but I don't trust. And I think as well, early in the season, you want a bit of safety, don't you, in fantasy football? You don't want to be taking too many punts. Do you know what I mean? You want your 6 out of 10 players. Or am I playing it wrong? Should I be gambling from day one? I was really annoyed there, because there was a slight admin error on my team, which basically was I'd forgot to pick my captain. So my captain was Bruno Fernandes when it should have been Salah, which cost me a few points. Like, Salah's always my captain. You all know Salah's always my captain. It's so rare that Salah isn't my captain. Like, if he's injured, maybe. Or if it's the African Cup of Nations. But other than that, Salah's my skip in fantasy football. But yeah, we'll go through my team after this game if I remember. If I forget, shout at me before the next game, guys. We'll have a little look through. We'll have a look at the league table, see which one of you guys has beaten me. Master Martin's team is punts. Love that. Charlie like Adam Solfold, next sponsor. That'd be good, wouldn't it? It's interesting with Ed Sheeran, isn't it? Because I don't think he financially can keep up with Premier League sponsorships, can he? Because if you think, I know Liverpool, but they get 40 million a season for their shirt sponsor. Like, Ed Sheeran's surely not even going to touch 4 million a season, I wouldn't imagine. Like, 4 million a season for him would be a hell of a lot of money. But then I guess the problem is, the Ed Sheeran Brandon helps, I think, sell shirts. So it's kind of like, be careful what you wish for, isn't it? We've lost, okay? How do I get my team? I just realised. Yeah, you guys can't see it. Here we go. Didn't put the game on screen, by the way. Can you? Oh, I didn't put the whole game on. What, the whole game of FIFA? Why are you telling me now, man? You had this on the whole time. Awful error. So here's my fantasy team, guys. Anyway, in goal I had Jose. How do I see points? Show me my points. What is wrong with this website? Previous week, oh no. Right, so this is the league. Wayne Wingate is winning with 75 points. Craig E.G., Craig Griffiths, Liverpool fan, in second. The legend that is Who Ran All the Laps, Terry Rudland. What a boy he is. He's in third place with 60 points. Kieran White, K2KET. Okay. Solanke Panky, quite like the name. Brill Madrid, Chris Brill, 55 points. He trust me, he won't be 6th place at the end of the season. I'm predicting that now. If he doesn't come top 3, I'll be shocked. Slav FC, the White Rabbit he's going for it. Deacon, coming up the rear as well. Charlotte bottom. Poor Charlotte. I only got 41 points. How do I see my team? Here we go. Team Gold, Jose Sarr. Meh. Right back, Alexander Arnold got me 8 points. That's decent. Cash got 2 points. That's decent. Gay got nothing. Virgil got me 6 points. Fernandez was captain, so I got 6 points. I wish I had Salah. If I had Salah as captain, I would literally have had an extra 14 points. It's so annoying. Tony got me nothing. Full crew got 1. I've got Hutchinson, Smollett, Davis, and Bentley as my keeper. Just because if Salah doesn't play, Bentley will play. And I have still got Solanke to play. So if he gets a hat-trick against Leicester, we're in. We're in. Charlie said, love Ed Sheeran, what he's done for the football club, but I think it's time for a bit of a change. Yeah, I just don't think financially he has the money to be the shirt sponsor long term in the Premier League. It's nothing personal or anything. He's been brilliant for the club, and I appreciate him sponsoring it in League One and the Championship like he did. He helped his club where he could. But sometimes these things progress, don't they? Martin says, look at my team. Well, let's have a look at Martin's team. What did Martin do? Where is Martin? Martin is ahead of me. I'm 6 points behind Toonali. Raya in goal, 8 points. Rate that. Saliba, I had Saliba, got rid of him. Not sure if it's a mistake or not. Pedro Porro, another person I hadn't took out, so hopefully he doesn't do too good. Gay as well, got him. Konza, he's a solid bet, I think, for most of the season. Gibbs White is he's one of them gambles, I think Martin's talking about. Gordon, didn't have his best game, but he'll get you points. Palmer, why did Palmer not do anything? Like, I've got Palmer as well. Saka, did well. Watkins, Isaac got loads of points. You got Nkunku, like that. Muniz, decent. He's got 2 good keepers as well. Are you one of those who rotates the keepers, Martin? Like, you one of those that rotates your keepers through? Like, you pick whoever's got the best game? But I think there's 2 ways to do it, isn't there? You either have two good. I think you've had 2 good keepers and pick the one that's got the best game. Or what I like to do is have 2 from the same club. And then if your first keeper doesn't play, your second one does. If Raya goes down, you got a solid back. I get that. You can trust Martinez to get your points if Raya's not there. But yeah, I'm hoping I'll do better in FPL this year. But let's see, shall we? Also, welcome all the new subscribers. We had like 10 new subscribers yesterday, so welcome, guys. Into the channel. I'm streaming every Sunday around 8 o'clock. Unless I'm doing something else. I thought it was going to be a free win. Dirty snake. That was a foul. Is he trying to like draw me out? I think he was. I don't think he was like giving a win away. I think he was just literally trying to like draw me out and attack. Alright then. You want to see me attack? I'll attack. With Sadio, who's just bombing past you. I'll do. Nkunku's a late pick up, swapped him for Coolidge. Coolidge is good though, isn't he? Coolidge is another one that sort of I had a couple of times last year. Floated in and out. I had Nkunku at one point last year and he got injured. Had him like early in the season. I was just like, oh, he's gone. Brilliant. I was like, that's great. I like that. Also, guys, remember to smash the old like button, because we're at 9 likes according to my screen, and 10. You know, if you haven't liked it yet, let's make it 10. Martin's left a bit of money to float people in and out. You can save up to 5 free transfers this season, can you? That's worth knowing. Yeah, I was just a bit disappointed with I meant to have Salah captain. If I had Salah captain, I got nearly 60 points, which is alright. It's average. It's stupid. Like, if you don't have Haaland, you've got to have. If Ed Sheeran releases a new album, I'll put it on literature just so it's not the divide. Yeah, I think the symbols are like typical him, aren't they? But yeah, I agree with you. Like, if he was to bring out a new album, like, why not chuck it on the 3rd shirt that season? If he's still the sponsor. But I think him becoming part of the ownership investment, I think that is a nudge to him maybe not being the sponsor next year. I don't know. I'm not knowing from inside information or anything. I just think he might be ready to bow out, and that's fine. Like, you couldn't blame him if he bowed out. He's done brilliantly for the club. He's made the club a damn lot of money. And I mean that, a damn lot of money. Crouch is on. Also, if anyone watching this has been to Disney and you've got any recommendations, so I'm going there like in a week, so hit me up with your Disney tips, tricks, must-dos, don't-dos, any little French phrases that might help me. Can't wait. Great goal. I wonder what the club will look at for the next month. So will it be? It'll be a betting company, won't it? Oh, the fans won't like that. It's going to be a betting company because they're going to offer the most money. I really think that would happen. Magical Vegas, here we come. Great challenge there from England. Sterling does well. Firmino's off. Oh, just stand where you were. You didn't have to run forward. You've got space. Good from Reece to place Mane in. Find out how to say England is the best. L'Angleterre est a nombre un. That's England is number 1, I think. So that would do. Take a bow, Peter Crouch. I love that goal. Absolute. Like, some people get upset when people score a good goal against them. I don't. I love it. Take a bow, son. What a goal. feel like this game's slipping away from me as well. He's got Paddy Vieira, isn't he? It's just a Dharma Traore. He's got all the sort of sweaty monsters you don't want to play against. Like Peter Crouch and Dharma Traore, like. What a goal from Mane. What a goal, honestly. I love that. Oh, poor from Stevie G. Two's alright. Sweaty. To be fair, they're not just sweaty, they're actually good as well, so I let them underwood. You know, it's the best thing to do. How many wins we got? We got 4. Still got 8 games. So I think we need 2 more wins to get to the good rewards, don't we? If we go to club, how many more wins do we need for the Evos? So for that we need 1 more win, and for that we need to play 1 more game. So okay, so let's go. And we get to evolve Risa and Kanate again. Let's get John Risa to 96. Renew my manager's contract. He's done a brilliant job for me. Might as well give him a lifetime contract. You know what I mean? Let's just keep giving him contracts. What do I think the plan Mark Ashton has if we stay up? I think the plan is to sell 1 or 2 of the young players we've bought this season. Or like last season. So I think the plan is to sell like Greaves for like 50 million. Is to stay up, make Greaves really good, sell him for 50 million, sell Davis for 50 million, and then use that money to pump into the squad. And then use... I got the ball! You having a laugh? I literally got the ball. Laurent Blanc, I know where he's going, so it's alright. I actually did, I dived the right way and everything. Oh dear. But yeah, I think that's Mark Ashton's plan. I think if you look at the recruitment, like the people we've brought in, I think it's kind of obvious that our plan is to buy low, sell high. I think that's the business model we're looking at. Which makes sense. It's what Brighton do. It's what Liverpool do even. There's a lot of clubs out there doing it. You know, if you can buy low, sell high, you can expand your sort of financial worth quite a lot. So yeah, I think that would be the plan. Would be to sell Greaves. Might not even be sell 2 each time. Might just be sell 1 for 50. Then use the Premier League money to spend another 50, so you've got 100 million transfer budget like every summer. And you gradually build a deeper, stronger squad by doing it like that. If we stay up and Calvin Phillips does well, do we go for him? I don't know. I don't know how long he has on a City contract. I don't know if we'd be willing to match his wages and stuff. Charlie would be pissed off if we sold Greaves or Davis at the end of the season. Honestly, mate, I think that's going to be the business model. It might not be specifically them. You might be looking at Hutchinson. Schmodix, I think, is another one. We bought Schmodix for like 7 mil, 10 mil, whatever. I think we're thinking if he can get 10, 15 goals in the Premier League, we'll get 20 for him. It's a bit crappy, but it does work. Like, it's not the most fun way for your club to behave, but it does provide results over like long term. But it just, from the people we bought, I think that's what they're looking at doing. Like, I really do think that's the plan. Like, buy like good Premier League players who maybe have the potential to be like Champions League players. Sell them to Champions League clubs, and then buy Premier League players with potential to be Champions League players again. And then eventually you can keep the odd one and then grow. It's the only way I can see us really doing it, especially with FFP. You know, because with FFP, like, the kind of sell to buy model is the only one that is within the rules long term, like Liverpool do. What? That goal was a joke. That goal was an absolute joke. What a... We go again. Let's switch drinks now. I've run out of G Fuel, so we get back on the water now. Very important to stay hydrated, guys. But yeah, I'm a bit worried that it will be sell to buy. I hope it isn't, but I think that's where they're going to go. It would work. Like, I think it would work, but I would be gutted to... It's like a fine line. Because if you sell the player that is able to keep you up, you've got to replace them for the next year. Just my opinion, I think it's self-destructive if you buy low, sell high. Because if we sold Hutchinson and Griezmann, yeah, I agree, like, it can absolutely go wrong. And like, good example of it is like the summer that Liverpool sold Torres. You know, sold Torres, brought in Suarez and Andy Carroll. And the idea was we were bringing in two players who between them were much better than Torres for the same sort of money, and Andy Carroll never lived up to it. It's happened loads of times, you know, people will sell. Like, there was, when Liverpool sold Sterling that summer, didn't really buy that well. But yeah, it can happen as well. It can go completely the other way. You know, and you can lose like your best player, replace them with a bunch of players who aren't as good, and then it goes really wrong. I think the buy low, sell high thing as well, you're putting yourself under pressure to get the transfers right every year. Like, because the other thing as well is like when you're trying to model like a Brighton or a Liverpool, where you're sort of trying to sell, you're also trying to sell them at their best value. Do you know what I mean? If you buy a player for 5 million and you get offered 15 million, you make 10 million profit. But if in 12 months he's going to be worth 40 million and he can give you another really good season, it's not smart to sell him for 10 million. So it's also about balancing that up. Which, you know, you can't get everything right. No club will ever. There's no club in the history of football that gets every transfer right. I could, you know, you name a club, I can name someone they sold they shouldn't have, or a price they shouldn't have. The thing is, will we need to sell with the Premier League money? See, that's the thing. I don't think you do to stay in the Premier League. But I think we will if we want to try and progress. So I think it depends also, like, what's the ambition? If the ambition is to become like a European club, I think you have to sell and buy. to try and bring in better players. But if the ambition is just to stay in the Premier League, I think you just use that Premier League money every year to keep building a better squad. But part of the problem as well is also, obviously it's quite new for Ipswich because they've not been up there for so long. But for like any of the smaller clubs in the Premier League, and like Southampton know this from how many players Liverpool had off them. Even if you don't want to sell a player, like if Ipswich don't want to sell Amari, but Liverpool want Amari and they're in the Champions League, and they're offering him way more money than what he's getting paid, and they're offering a sensible fee, which, you know, can't be disputed. It's really, really like difficult to keep a player. And I think Ipswich haven't been, you know, in the last even 10 years, they've not really ever had anyone who, you know, you don't want to lose, but they desperately want to, they've been offered a big club. But like when I was growing up, you've got like Newcastle coming in for like Kieran Dyer and Titus Bramble and your best players, and like Darren, everyone coming in for Darren Bent at the time. And you sell one of them, and then you've got to try and buy a replacement, and then use the spare money to buy something else your squad needs. How much did Liverpool pay for Alexis McAllister? 35 million, really cheap for his quality. The reason was, when he signed for Brighton, I don't think he signed the longest contract with them. And basically, they wanted him to extend his contract, which, you know, he was open to, but he was worried about getting stuck there. So, I think he had less than 12 months on a deal, and he basically said to him, I'll sign a 4 or 5 year contract, but only if you put in a £35 million release clause. So Brighton had no option, because they were going to lose him for free, or sign him on a new long contract, where I think it also had to be a club that was playing in Europe as well. I think that was a stipulation, or it might have even been if Brighton weren't playing in Europe. Might have been a stipulation, but yeah, it was a £35 million release clause, which only really, like I say, came about because his contract didn't have long left. Really good player for 35 million, like absolute baller. But the other thing as well for Ipswich is, if this is the other Moneyball thing, right? So let's, like this season, Ipswich has spent, you know, 70 million. They'll probably spend 100 million by the end of the window, hopefully, right? I would guess. I'd guess they get towards 100 million by the end of that window. Next season, because you've got all the increased wages and stuff, you might not be able to spend 100 million without selling it on and adhering to FFP. You just might not be able to. So, if you sell Amari and Leif Davis and say you get 100 million between them, you then can try and replace them for 100 million. So, like, you know, you could get Simicast from Liverpool for 20 million, who's not as good as Leif Davis, I don't think, but he's almost as good as. And then you replace Amari with a, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a sort of good, like Kudus maybe, for like, I know we wouldn't get Kudus because he's at West Ham now, but like Kudus when he came to West Ham cost him what, like 30 million? And then you've got 50 million left there to buy someone else. So I think that's the idea. And then once you qualify for Europe, you've then got millions more pounds to spend. So I think that's the business model. I think that's what they want to look at doing. It's not easy to do. Being honest, it's not an easy thing to do, I don't think. But it will be interesting, you know, see how Ipswich do deal with the transfers next summer. I think like next summer's more interesting than this summer for Ipswich if they stay up, because this summer you get like a windfall. You buy a bunch of players in the hope that you can make your squad better if you go down, and also in the hope you stay up. But you're using the money basically from the Premier League to make your squad better. That second season in the Premier League is, I feel like that's where you learn what the ambition is. What a finish. Maybe Ipswich should get Mane. You do not know how quick I'd be in that club shop at the printing station if Ipswich signed Sadio Mane. I've also seen, don't know if anyone noticed, but on the programme, Freddie Ladapo's been changed to number 29 instead of number 9. So does that mean, like, does that mean a number 9 is going to get signed? Like, have we left that number out? Because surely it goes to Delap, if not. Surely Delap wants a number 9 shirt. Yeah, I think that will be the model. I think one of the things we've done differently to some clubs, though, is I think we bought players who might stay if we went down. Like, if we went down, I don't think it's like 100% you lose Greaves. He was in the Championship last year. I don't think it's 100% you lose, like, Schmodix. I think if we went down to the Championship, I think he would be thinking, oh yeah, well, I might have another 20 goal a season here, and then go back to the Premier League. So yeah, I think we've bought players that we think we could keep if we go down as well. Like, not all players that would jump ship, which is important. But yeah, I think Ipswich could really do well if they get the business right. I think the business so far this summer has been great. Like Calvin Phillips, if we can like unlock even just the player who was at Leeds, we don't need to unlock more than that. There's so many people saying, oh, Calvin Phillips is going to be the best he's ever been under McKenna. He doesn't even need to be that good. He just needs to be as good as he was at Leeds. Don't think he'd bounce back straight back up if he went down, not trying to be negative. I would worry about it. And part of it's the finances, because you lose so much money that you hemorrhage money when you go down. Like, even with the parachute payments, you still have, like, you have way more money than the team's there, but you have way less money than you had the year before, still. Trying to find a balance, isn't you? Oh, goal. But I think that owners have tried to build a team that bounce straight back up. But I am with you that it's not that straightforward. Like, look at Leeds and stuff. There's plenty of clubs can't do it. Look at Norwich. They're now out of parachute payments. So they are in a problem this season. And it's the big problem with our game, isn't it? Is that money is the absolute definitive thing. Oh, that was an awful effort from me there. Playing Cucurella right centre back. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do that. feel like I should get my free kick from a second ago now. Do you know what I mean? He played advantage. I literally touched the ball 2 more times before that. Charlie loves seeing jealous Norwich fans. There's a lot of them right now, isn't there? Honestly, I funny, like, Norwich fans, how like, you'd have spoken 2 years, what, they're in the Premier League, what, like 3 years ago? If you'd have told them in 3 years' time they'll be in the Championship, and maybe a Championship relegation battle is coming for them, they wouldn't believe you, would they? And they wouldn't have certainly believed that Ipswich will be, like, one of the most exciting clubs in the Premier League, which I really think it is. Like, there's an excitement about Ipswich being back there. Even from, like, mainstream media and stuff, not even just from Ipswich fans, like, oh, John Arnold. Martin doesn't like Norwich either, love that. Don't think Leeds will go up either. I think they're going to have a real problem if they don't this season, financially. If they don't, let's buy Nonto, straight up. Let's have Nonto off them. They've had to sell already this summer. You think they've sold Sinistera, they've sold Archie Gray, which is, do you know what I mean? That's ridiculous, really. When you think they've had to sell their best 2 players. Getting a dark horse will go up. Honestly, I don't really know who will go up in the Championship. It's weird as well because I've never really been one for following like the lower leagues in depth. I just haven't. And like in League One, I used to watch a lot of League One because of Ipswich. In the Championship, I watched a lot because of Ipswich. But now Ipswich aren't there. Oh, they've sold Somerville as well. Yeah, I didn't even remember that, Yusuf. I completely forgot Somerville. So yeah, they've lost Gray, Somerville. I know Sinistera was loaned out last year, but they've lost him now as well. That's probably the 3 best players. I'd love to see Borough do it. That's one of them clubs that I just like. You know, we all have them clubs that we don't support, but we like, yeah. And let's not upset any more Ipswich fans because I like another team. But yeah, I just think Borough's a nice club. I've worked in Borough a lot of times when I lived in the North East. Martin just wants some sort of derby. Do you guys class Borough as a derby? I guess you do. Not as much as Sunderland, obviously, but like it is a derby, right? Ipswich's derby this season is really West Ham. Like East London, that's like the closest team. Save. Tyne-Tees derby, of course it is. I think we may spend 2 seasons flirting relegation then kicking on. I still think we get 12. I really think Ipswich are going to get 12. I don't know. Be even more confident in that prediction after watching the game yesterday. Like, goal, that's a big goal as well. Yusuf hopes Cov go up. It would be like quite nostalgic if Coventry went up. Like, I don't know if I even remember them in the Premier League. It's been that long. When were they when they get relegated? Like around the same time as Ipswich, right? Or was it before Ipswich? Like I remember Ipswich being in the Premier League, but I don't like remember any individual games or anything because I was so young. When were Cov last in there? Charlie's confidently start trying to manage expectations. Yeah, and I think that's something that some town fans are getting carried away with, aren't they? Like that Liverpool game where like a lot of town fans were like, we have to draw if we want to stay up. Come on, you ain't got to draw against Liverpool to stay up. It's not make any difference whether you stay up or not, really. If you need a point from Liverpool to stay up, you're doing something wrong in 36 other games. What a save that is from Trent on the line. Didn't even call it a block, I called it a save. 2000, 2001 Coventry. Yes, I'd have been 5. Or would I have been 6? I'd have been 5, 6 when they got relegated, so it's not really in my memory. Obviously I know they were there because do you know what I mean? Like, I know Liverpool won the Champions League in 77 before I was born, but I don't remember Liverpool winning. Well, I do remember winning the Champions League twice, actually. 2 great occasions. But yeah, it would be nostalgic if Coventry went up, and it's quite a big club, really. I had a little bit of ill feeling to him last season because of Ellis Sims, but I'm over it now. You could beat Liverpool home and away and still go down, yeah. Yeah, the 6 pointers aren't against Liverpool. The 6 pointers are the, you know, when you play Forest, Everton, they're 6 pointers. Everton is so much bigger than Liverpool for where Ipswich want to go. Because I think Everton might be in that scrap again. I think it every year recently. Everton's another one though, like with the new stadium and stuff. But that's also like, see, that's what I mean about financial fair play. Like, I don't think that stuff should matter. Like, I think you should be able to spend on infrastructure complete as much as you want, basically. Like, if Ipswich's owners, I'd be reluctant to leave Portman Road, right? But if Ipswich's owners wanted to put in a 60,000, I don't think they'd fill a 60,000 seat. I'm going to say it now. I don't think there's 60,000 Ipswich fans would go to every game, even in the Premier League. But if Ipswich's owners wanted to do that, I don't think that should stop them from signing players. That's why I think it should be like wages or transfer fees based on income or something. Like, I don't think it should be spent. Because I don't think you should be prohibited from spending on like training grounds and also like youth setups. That should be exempt. You should be able to invest, not buy players for your youth setup, because that's different. But if you want to build a new academy and produce more players, which is going to benefit England as well, you should be allowed to do that. That shouldn't come into your finances. Like, Arsenal were hampered in terms of financial fair play because they built the Emirates. They're obviously feeling the benefits of it now. Spurs is the same, actually. Like, Spurs were near being sort of like title contenders, but because they were building that stadium, they couldn't afford to be. I don't think that should be what stops you being able to invest in playing stuff. And I think, like, I'd love Ipswich to rebuild the Cobbold stand. That for me is the best thing to do. Although I don't know if it is. I don't know, because they own the area behind the what's it called? What's it called now? It used to be Britannia. Can't even remember who sponsored it now. It was Britannia, then it was the Co-op. Whatever that stand's called nowadays. Ipswich should be able to expand that stand. I think that's the one that I wouldn't do. Everyone says do the Cobbold stand, this old fashioned, all that stuff. I wouldn't do that. I would. What Liverpool have just done, where they've built a stand behind the stand, so they can build it during the season and then just join and still use the stand and just join it up in a summer sometime. That's what I think Ipswich did it at the Annie Road. Yeah, Arsenal should have expanded Highbury like we did with Annie Road. Yeah, that's what I want to see Ipswich do. Like the way we did Annie Road, how we built it behind and then we just kind of joined the two together so Annie Road could still be used properly, because a lot of people want Ipswich to knock the Cobbold stand down and rebuild the whole thing. And although it's a rubbish old stand, it's alright sit, but I think Ipswich could expand that stand opposite the Cobbold stand easier, because they own that massive bit of land behind it. They could build a bigger stand behind it and then expand that way. That for me makes more financial sense in my head. I'm not an accountant by any stretch, although I have got an A-level in accountancy that I did many years ago, so I know a little bit about accountancy. But yeah, you just absolutely right. The way Liverpool did like the Annie Road, that's how Ipswich should be looking at doing an expansion. And Arsenal should have done it. Highbury was magical. And I think it took them also, as well as the finances of Highbury, it took them a long time to get the soul back in the Emirates. Like, the Emirates was like a soulless shell. And also, like, when I was like a kid and Liverpool were going to build the stadium in Stanley Park, which, if you haven't seen the pictures, it's like a fucking UFO. It's amazing. But if Liverpool had done that, it wouldn't be as nice as Anfield is today. So I actually prefer the stadium expansions to building a new stadium. But if Ipswich wanted to build a bigger stadium, why should they be penalised? Like, why? Like, if Ipswich wanted to expand, it shouldn't stop them from buying players, I don't think. I think that's where FFP is wrong. Like Everton as well. Like Everton, they have spent a lot on players. What goal? Everton's financial problems aren't really from buying players. Everton's financial struggle is from the Bramley Moor Dock Stadium they're building. And like, I don't know if a team should be punished for that sort of thing financially. Obviously it costs money to do, and you've got to have the money and find the money or loan the money, whatever. But should there be football rules about how much you can spend which are affected by that? I don't think there should. And I don't think it's good for like the English game as a whole. Like if Ipswich could spend 20 million on their academy, build a new like state-of-the-art academy for like 20-30 million, that shouldn't stop us from buying a 20 million winger. Newcastle still, yeah. I think Newcastle are in a awkward situation because you could sell out an expanded stadium. I think Newcastle could sell 70,000. But you've obviously already got, what, 54, 56 in St James's? So it's not as desperate. But also, when you've got a stadium that big, a little bit like Liverpool, Anfield, you don't want to be playing in a... You don't want to knock a stand completely down and have to rebuild it and lose thousands of seats and millions of pounds in ticket revenue for a season or for pre-seasons or however long it takes to build one. Yeah, that's the problem with St James's Park, is it definitely would be awkward to expand because it's on like the top of a hill as well, isn't it? Which has got to make it more complicated. But also, it's in such a built-up area, St James's. Like, St James's is, for people that haven't been, it's like in... It's what, like 5 minutes walk from the city centre? And it's like, it's surrounded by like pubs and bars and like flats and stuff. Like Liverpool, because Anfield is like probably what, half hour, 45-minute walk from the city centre? Maybe even more. There's more space around it, it's next to a park. So it's been easier to expand Anfield than it would be to do St James's. But with Ipswich, they've bought the land behind one of the goal end stands, and they've got a training pitch behind the other stand. Like, what's the other stand called? Still can't remember. Britannia. It was a Britannia stand, but there's a training pitch behind there, like a full 11-a-side size pitch. So they've got like an 11-a-side size pitch of land that they own behind that stand, which is why I think that's the one to expand. What to build a new stadium for EAFC? Yeah, there was talk about building it in Nagton, weren't there? And that's what I mean. I don't like the idea of moving. I hate these new stadiums where they all look the frickin' same. Is it confirmed Jim Ratcliffe's expanded Old Trafford to 100k? I don't know if it's confirmed, but that's definitely the word, isn't it? I think he said that he believes they could sell it every week. And to be fair, I think Liverpool could sell 100k a week. You got 100,000 people entering the ballot for tickets. And that's not including all the people that buy tickets, you know. I think Liverpool would sell 100k every week. Or if they had 100k, they'd definitely sell 95k a week. But the other problem Ipswich have is you've also got like the supply-demand curve, right? Which is like, as supply goes up, the demand isn't as much, in general. With football it's a bit different because people want to go watch the games. But like Liverpool, because it's hard to get tickets, there's so many people willing to pay like hundreds of pounds for hospitality. So like, if Liverpool did build a 100,000 seat, they probably wouldn't get that hospitality money as much. You still get some, like corporate people and stuff, or celebrities and people with loads of money. But you wouldn't get the, you know, there's the odd working man, and I don't mean like, you know, people on minimum wage, but there's the odd like working class person who supports Liverpool, who, if they don't get a ticket in the ballot, will pay 200-300 quid to get to a game at Anfield in the league, because it's the only way they can get a ticket. If you got 100,000 seat, I don't think that happens. It's about the balance of, but Ipswich as well, you know, like I know it's hard to get Ipswich tickets right now, but even last year, like Norwich was a sellout. Some of the promotion games were like sellouts, but there was a lot of games where there's 10,000 people there. So do you know what I mean? Like cup games, there's cup games with 12,000 attendance. You can't spend money and not fill it up. You've got to pay for itself. The other thing with Ipswich is I know it's in a nice place. Like where it's in the town centre, it's near the train station, that sort of thing. But if you did build it just outside, it would be way cheaper to buy the land and stuff, but also you could build the infrastructure around it and make a lot of money. Like Ipswich could, similar to Colchester, they could buy it and they could also make money by selling land to people like McDonald's. And like other fast food places and shops and restaurants and that sort of thing. If Ipswich were to go out of Ipswich, you'd have to go right out. I know there's some people who call the Christchurch Park, so it could still be in the centre but have the space to build a new stadium. Don't know how the council feel about that. And I guess with Christchurch Mansion being there, probably a lot of planning permission. That's so big. But I guess you could even go Charnwood Park, for example. Like Charnwood Park's big. You could build a stadium in Charnwood Park. Easy. But it's about getting that land off the council. But I'd rather they expand the Porton Road, and I think they've bought enough of the land around it that land isn't necessarily the issue. I think the issue is the Cobbold stand is the worst one, but it's the hardest to do. Yeah, Crossroads Mansion's a listed building. It's got to be, what, like 200 years old at least? At least. Probably even more. So I think that would obviously pose issues with the Christchurch Park idea that people had. But I think Ipswich can expand Portman Road at Portman Road. But all these fans who want tickets for the Premier League didn't go in League One, didn't always go in the Championship. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know someone who didn't have a membership last year who got tickets for 21 games. Like, if you can get tickets to 21 games without a membership, it's not that hard to get tickets in the Championship at least. And in the Premiership, you know, and this is like I was saying earlier, if you want a ticket to watch Ipswich in the Premier League, do you want a ticket to watch Ipswich? Or do you want a ticket to watch Man United? If you want a ticket to watch Man United, go to Old Trafford. If you want a ticket to watch Man City, go to the Etihad, because they always have tickets. They can't sell out the Etihad. Especially on a midweek. But I think that's the worry with expanding Portman Road. If you expand Portman Road and the club goes in the wrong direction again, and you're in League One, and your attendance is freaking 12,000, you spent millions on a stadium for nothing. And like, Ipswich fans don't get it. Like, a lot of Ipswich fans don't get it. And a lot of people that don't get it are the same ones who didn't go in the lower leagues, you know what I mean? They say, oh, Ipswich is selling this much now. They sold this much in League One when they were trying to get promoted, but even then, they didn't sell out season tickets. Like, if you bought a season ticket in League One, they even had a friggin' half season ticket on sale. So you could get half a season ticket because there was that many seats available. Mark says he waited a few years to expand Portman Road. I think it's sensible. The only thing I guess, if you like, because Ipswich is a weird situation because it's owned by an investment fund. It's a different ownership to some owners. Like, Ipswich is like 90% owned by investment funds or something. So because of that, it's like designed to make a profit in the end. Even if it makes a loss every year, you know, they're buying it to sell to make a profit on the investment in the end. And doesn't mean, oh, we're going to make a profit every year. But, you know, over 5 years, 10 years, they've got to sell it for more than they bought it for. Which obviously with double promotions, there's good scope to do that. And they've already sold a big share to someone else for 105 million. But that's another investment fund which will be looking to do the same thing. Charlie's going to bed now. No worries, man. It's getting late, isn't it? I'm getting tired. We've only got a few games left, I think. I'll catch you soon, man. Like I say, next week we might not be streaming Sunday because, well, we won't be streaming Sunday because I don't think I'm going to be here. But I'm not going to die or anything, don't worry. But it'll probably be Friday or Saturday, so just get your notifications right ready. You know, following me on social media. I'll try and keep people updated when it'll be so you can still come hang out. Mike Ashley might come in. Oh no. Sports Direct at Portman Road. The guy's a clown, isn't he? Like, every YouTube channel has to have like a recurring villain, I feel. Like any storytelling. And I feel like Mike Ashley is ours. Like, Being the Elite had like the Stooge. Anyone that doesn't watch Being the Elite, it's a wrestling channel. And they had basically a character that was taking the mickey out of Vincent Martin. Oh, Steve, you got to score. You as manager. Big up. Where do I think we can put pressure on Brentford next week? You're a red. I think we just need to do more of what we did in the second half yesterday. I'd like to see Nunes play. I was a bit sad Nunes didn't play yesterday. Yeah, well in shame, man. I think we just need to put pressure on. We need to be better in the first half. Like, we can't get... Brentford obviously are more experienced at this level than Ipswich, so you can't have a first half like Liverpool had against Ipswich, because they'll be chomping at it, they'll be having a go at you. But I feel like if we play how we played that second half, we can blow them away. Like earlier, people asked for my score predictions for next week, and I predicted, it's written on a profile box and a bit of paper. I predicted 5-1 Liverpool. I think we could blow them away. They've obviously got issues with Tony and stuff where they've got some unsettled players. They replaced Tony already, haven't they? But he's injured. The guy they brought in to replace him got injured straight away. So yeah, I think, would I drop Diaz? It's weird because I haven't always been the biggest Luis Diaz fan. But honestly, seeing him yesterday, in person, run up the wing foot against Ipswich, some of his touches and stuff are so good. But I guess to play Nunes, you've got to drop someone. I wouldn't drop Jota, because I think Jota's got goals in him, hasn't he? I think maybe he's starting unchanged 11. I don't know. The other thing is, does Konate start? Because Kwanzaa's obviously come off because, the lap was bullying them. It was a tactical change. So, I think maybe you start unchanged, but just swap your centre back, and then maybe look to give Nunes half hour. I think you'd be like, if you're playing against a team that's a bit tired and stuff, Nunes coming on, like, it'd be hell, wouldn't it? That's why I can't believe it, because Ipswich looked so tired yesterday. That was like Slot. I thought yesterday, obviously first league game, I think he did really well, especially how he managed the game. And also, I thought Konate coming on for Kwanzaa was brave. I thought it was actually brave to change his centre half for tactical reasons. It's not something you see all the time. And I thought it was brave of him to do that, and I liked it. But for me, if you brought Nunes on against that tired Ipswich defence, he would have really worried them on like the count, especially once you were winning as well. Like, once Liverpool were winning, and you feel like Ipswich are going to try and come out a bit. Like, on the counter, Nunes would have been so good. It's interesting to see what Slot actually thinks, because obviously Nunes hasn't had a long pre-season as well. So it'd be interesting, where does Slot... Where do you see Nunes? Do you think Nunes should be in the round, mate? Because he divides, you know, he divides fans in general. He definitely divides a lot of Liverpool fans as well, doesn't he? I prefer him to Gakpo. And I think long term I prefer him to Diaz. What save? Mane scores though. Big Sadio, 4-0, let's go. Nick the win there, 4-0. Take that all day. Is it 3 games left? Do we just give wins away now? There's 2 matches. Oh, we've accidentally gone for the better awards. We normally settle there. Martin doesn't think Nunes is a 20-goal a season striker. I still think he is. I still just think he is. He gets so many chances. I don't think I've ever seen a player who gets as many chances. Like, it's not like Liverpool just keep creating him chances. Like, his movement, his pace, his strength, his willingness to beat him. He gets so many chances that I can't see him not having a 20-goal season if he's the main man. I think that's the problem at Liverpool as well. I don't know if Nunes is like a Harry Kane. He's not a similar player, Harry Kane, but like mentality-wise, I don't know if Nunes needs to be the main man. I wonder if once Salah leaves, if Nunes becomes a bit more that. I think she should start on the bench. If we're 2 or 3 up, bring on Nunes for Diaz or Mo. Yeah. See, I like... A lot of Liverpool fans haven't liked them, but I've quite liked Diaz on the right when Salah's not playing. I don't really like... I think Jota's okay on the right. I don't really like Gakpo on the right. I still like Gakpo most on the left as well. I think that's Liverpool's problem. You know, you've got Jota, Nunes, Diaz all good on the left. I think Jota's really good in the middle. And so is Nunes. But, you know, Diaz and Gakpo, I think they're best positions on the left. Like, I don't know if you saw, Gary Neville said he was talking to Van Nistelrooy about him. And Van Nistelrooy just said outright, like, he's not a striker, he's a left winger. Like, Martin says we don't really have that 20 goal. The thing is, we don't have that 20 goal a season striker, but we have Mo Salah. So it's like, you don't have a, you know, like, if you don't have a 20 goal a season striker, but you have a 20 goal a season winger, it's alright, isn't it? But obviously Salah's, you know, he's at the tail end of his... I still think he's got a few good years in him. A lot of people keep writing Salah off. Like, there was a bunch of Ipswich fans yesterday saying, like, oh, Salah's past it, innit? Like, literally destroys Leif Davis for both goals. Literally, both goals are because of Salah destroying Davis. Whether it's through movement or dribbling, like... Big Nunes coming in. Do you know what? I think if Liverpool had Roberto Firmino in that Klopp style, like Firmino at his peak, if you had Nunes at his peak, like for me, Nunes could do the Mane job and get like 20 goals from there. With Firmino dropping deep and making space for him. Goal. They can have that. Joel Linton's a striker, moved to midfield. One of the best in the league. Yeah, I think Nunes, the thing with him playing on the left wing is his pace. I think he can use his pace more when he plays out wide. Because he's got so much pace, isn't it? He's so quick. It's a joke how quick he is. But that's also why I think, again, off the bench, he looks even better. Like when you bring him off the bench against tired legs, so good. Like if you played against Newcastle, for example, and they were playing Trippier right back. I know he often plays left back, because Tino often plays right back. But if Trippier was at right back, after he's been chasing Diaz around for 60 minutes, give him half hour chasing Nunes after that, and I think it's not fun. Like, it's not a job that I would want. But I think, yeah, I think this it's a difficult one. But I think we'll buy anyone. I'm scared we won't. The thing is, we're obviously close to Zubimendi, so there's money there to buy. It's not like, oh, there's no money. Like, the money's there for the right player. And Zubimendi as well, like, the money was all up front. So there's definitely the money there. You notice I didn't say Tino? I still think Tino wouldn't fancy chasing Nunes. Tino's a lot quicker than Trippier and a lot younger though, isn't he? But again, it's like a Trippier type. Like if you play against, you know, a team where they're playing like Ashley Young fullback at like 50, or however old he is now, you've got a chance. But in terms of buying people, I think it's hard because Liverpool's starting 11 for me is, I prefer it to City's. I know people will say no, I'm being silly and stuff, but I prefer Alisson to Ederson. I know that's a debate in itself, but I prefer Alisson. Right back, don't even start me on whether Trent's better than Walker. That's a joke. Anyone that has any opinion other than Trent on that. Honestly, if you think Walker's better than Trent, don't watch football anymore. Go watch like rugby or something, because you don't understand football. In midfield, like, well, centre backs, I would rather have Van Dijk and Canate than anyone in the Premier League. There's not I wouldn't swap Van Dijk and Canate for any pair in the Premier League. Andy Robertson, I know he's had a little bit of a dip the last year or so, but I wouldn't swap Andy Robertson for any left backs in the Premier League either. If I would, it would be Leif Davis from Ipswich, and that would be for a long-term thing. It wouldn't be because I think he's going to make us better today. I'd probably take Stones over Canate, but I wouldn't take, like, who plays with Stones? Like, Vardiol. I think Canate is as good as Vardiol, and Van Dijk's much better than Stones. I think the closest one is probably Arsenal in terms of centre backs. Especially with Calafiori. If Calafiori plays centre back, like, Saliba and Calafiori is close to Van Dijk and Canate as a partnership. Like, in midfield, City probably do edge Liverpool, but I wouldn't, like, front three wise, I'd take Haaland over anyone that plays in the middle for Liverpool. But I don't think I'd swap Jota, Nunes or Diaz for any of City's wingers. And I certainly wouldn't swap Salah for any of them. So I think, like, on the whole, like, I'd rather have Liverpool's back four. I'd rather have Liverpool's keeper. and I'd rather have Liverpool's front three and City have a better midfield. But then, if you look at squad depth, City obviously have just it's a joke. Their squad depth is just, you know, literally only possible through financial doping. Like we talked about earlier, you know. Send in the league too. But I think 1 to 11, Liverpool is good as literally anyone. Like Madrid, Foden would improve our team maybe. But like, who's the Belgian guy who plays left wing for City a lot? What's his name? What's the Belgian lad called? Someone help me out. Nah, not Bob. Bob's injured, isn't he? What's the other one? He played at the Euros. Oh, ace. Can't remember his name. Literally pictured the guy, I just can't remember his name. He played for him a lot last year. Doku. Nah, not the Bruyne is sort of more centre mid, isn't he? So Doku, would I rather have Diaz and Salah than Doku and Foden every day? Like there's no day in the world when I'd say, oh yeah, I'd swap Foden and Salah for Doku, Foden and Doku for Salah and Diaz. I just wouldn't do it. And I think as well, you look at City, like, you know, Rodri guaranteed plays for Liverpool, obviously. But Liverpool's other midfielders, like McAllister, probably gets in the City team. Szoboszlai, he's not as good as De Bruyne maybe today, but he definitely will be over time. But I think that's the problem with Liverpool for transfers, is the starting 11 is so good. Like literally, the starting 11 at Liverpool is so good that you're either buying a player to be a squad player who's happy with that job, or you've got to try and buy someone who's better than the starting 11, which is hard, isn't it? Like, I think it's. But I'd like to see Liverpool sign someone. Like, you can't tell me there's no one out there who would make the squad better, who's available at a sensible price. I don't believe that, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, FSG out, and I'm fairly positive about FSG because, you know, I feel like as a fan base we owe them a lot for what they've done for the club over the years of their ownership. But it's a little bit like the Ed Sheeran sponsorship. Like, is it time for a different owner? Not because FSG are wrong, but is it just, has the club outgrown FSG? But then if financial fair play comes in and they actually police it properly, I think FSG are probably the best owners for that because they've proven that they can do it. But like Calafiori, for example, why didn't Liverpool go for him? I think Calafiori would be wicked for Liverpool. I guess, you know, Van Dijk doesn't, he likes playing left centre back, he doesn't want to play right centre back particularly. But Calafiori is like an awesome backup for left back as well, you know what I mean? He's like a Maldini left back, he's not the quality of Maldini, but like style wise, he gives me like, it's a great coach. He gives me Maldini vibes at fullback. But that's what I mean. I think Liverpool. I think it's hard for Liverpool to know who to buy. But like, you got Palhinha, who's moved this summer. He's better than Endo. But then again, is Palhinha a fit for what Slot wants? Because Slot wants like a Xabi Alonso, doesn't he? That's what Slot's after for that 6 role for me. He wants Xabi Alonso. He wants someone who can win tackles, but also can play like amazing two-touch football. If we do this thing, you know, we do this. Look, Canate, boom, and then play through like that. Like that's what Slot's trying to do. Like play through the midfield like this. So you're not, in terms of defensive midfielder, you're not just trying to sign like a Mascherano, who's brilliant at defending and helps the team like that. You want like a Xabi Alonso, and I think they're actually harder to find in a way. But Liverpool have to sign someone, surely. The amount of players we've brought money in for as well. Also with like sell-on clauses, like we brought money in this window. I'd like, if we can't get the right midfielder, obviously the Zubimendi stuff's dead. If we can't get that centre mid that we want, I think Liverpool should go for a Salah understudy, like a Kubo or someone. I think that's the biggest improvement you could maybe make to the squad. But would a Kubo or someone be willing to come to Liverpool and be Salah's understudy for 2 or 3 years while he tails out his career? That's the problem, isn't it? I put his helmet on, it's Musiala. Obviously that won't sell Kubo. The thing is, I think everyone in Spain has release clause, don't they? Like every single player in Spain has to have a release clause. Like it's like a rule, isn't it? I don't know whether some of them are ridiculous. Like I think Pedri's release clause at like Barca's like 400 mil or something stupid. I don't know what Kubo's release clause is, but I think, and that's why I don't like Anthony Gordon. We often talk about it. I don't like him. He was a rat when he played for Everton. He dives. He winds people up, which, you know, if he's playing against you, I hate it. But if someone's winding people up and playing for your team, you like it, don't you? Like Suarez. Like, if I'm watching a team which has Suarez, I love him. If you're playing against Suarez, you hate him. But I just think Liverpool need a... I think the Salah situation is obviously a problem. But also, if you told me right now, Trent signs a 6-year deal, Salah signs 3 years, Van Dijk signs 3 years, and we don't sign anyone, I'd take it, to be honest. I think it would be... I'd take that. Because I think keeping them is as important as signing people, especially Trent. Like, the idea that Trent could leave for free makes me feel like sick. Because he's world class. You can't let a world class player go for nothing, especially at that age. It's not like he's 33 and he's world class. He's like, what, 25? And the thing is as well, like Slots, you know, from pre-season in the Ipswich game, like, it's, oh, what a goal. I think they put it past us now. Is that Kubo, Martin, you had win the Ballon d'Or? That's why Martin feels they've had a good window, because they've kept Gordon, kept Bruno. Exactly, yeah. That sometimes is more important than who you sign. You know, and I just, for me, Liverpool need to sign them players up. Right, let's get these rewards open, shall we, people? Claim our objectives. I don't know if there's anything interesting in there. Okay, we've got an 87x2. We could get something out of there. We've got an international celebration flag. I will certainly not be using that. 85x4. We could get a good player out of that. Around the world celebration flag. We don't want that either. But yeah, I just think Liverpool need that. They really need that like the contract renewals of those players for me. Lots of Toon fans complaining about a bad window because there's no big name coming. I think it's hard for obviously Newcastle fans as well, because you've got you've got the money, you're just not allowed to use it. So that must make it even worse. It's not like, oh well, we don't know if we got the money. Like, your owners have got the money and they're willing to spend it. You just can't. But yeah, I think keeping the big names is as important as signing other players. I really do. That's something I'm quite behind. Okay, so Canate now has 97 dribbling, is it? 98. That's mad. So Canate's now got 5-star skills. Let's go. Don't see any more evolution stuff. Get in the store. Let's get his packs open. Let's hope we get some good players to end the stream out. 87 times 2. It's a colourful card already. Is it Stoichkov? I'm a genius. And Williams. Stoichkov and Williams. I'm going to put them in SBC because we only use Liverpool and Ipswich players, but it is what it is. Yeah, where you are, you're not bad financially. You just can't spend silly like you want to. Brazil centre back, is it Dante? God, that pace. Dante's never had that much pace in his life. Oh, we got Cole Palmer as well. And the best right back in world football. That wasn't bad, actually. Why wasn't Cole Palmer the walkout? Shouldn't it not have been a double walkout? That's rubbish. Pope, innit? That's Pickford's even worse. Get in the bin. Let's go. Let's hope we get some good players now. 81 times 2. Let's see who we get. Special is special. It's Cristiano. No, it's not. It's friggin' Pereira or someone. Who's that? Oh, Christina. That's okay. I'm not angry at Almiron. So we're not at the tradable ones yet, are we? We've got loads of we've got 12 packs to open. Okay, let's go. Who we got now? Croatia, Modric. Yeah, it's not fun, is it? And Anderson Talisca. I wonder if Newcastle will just start loaning all the Saudi League players just to beat the rules. Spain centre mid. Can't be anything good because it's just gold. And at this point in the game, gold don't do anything for you, do they? We're near the end of the game cycle, aren't we? Like, it's like a month for the new one. French striker. What is that? Is it an icon? No. I don't know what kind of special. Oh, it's one of those ones. Tulan. Decent player, but not anyone I'm really excited about. Not tradable as well. Come on, we need some good players. Spain is pain. There's no Spanish players you want. Parejo's as good as it gets, really. Nearly tried that with the rumours of Neves. That would have been so good if you pulled that off. Here we go. Australian striker. Oh, Sam Kerr. That's a good card, actually. Oh, could be a duplicate untradeable, There could also be someone decent behind her. No, it's not. It's not a dupe, though, so that's good news. I've got plenty of fodder. I'll do that Minamino SBC. Another one, Italy, right wing Chiesa. Is it Chiesa? Oh, Politano. Is Chiesa at Inter? Can't remember. 83 times 3. Nope. John Stones, we don't care about that. 83 by 10. There's definitely a special card in there. You know that. Oh, it's that same striker we had a minute ago. No, it's not. It's Thierry. How expensive is it? How expensive is that Thierry Henry card? Oh, we got Muslera as well. That Henry might be one of these ones, which is like, I can't sell him because he's untradeable. There's only 360k. The game's dead at this point, isn't it? Like, that says a lot. We've got Muslera, Thierry, Woobenmoy, Sidney Govert as well. That was alright for fodder. I want Liverpool players though. We use Liverpool. Oh, Chiesa's at Juve. Martin's right. Okay, so this is definitely a guaranteed good player. So we won't get excited when we see the colour. We'll wait for the flag. Italy centre mid, Barella. And that must be Barella. Oh, Fratesi. Again, you know, I want Liverpool players. Still no the tradable ones. Another one of those packs. It's guaranteed to be good. Jamaican striker. Antonio. Not exciting. So these ones are tradable. So these are the ones where if you get someone good who doesn't play for Liverpool, you can get some money, which is good. Purple icon striker. No, it's not an icon or a hero, I meant. Oh, it's a different kind of white card. Mukoko. Oh, it's an awful pack. What's he worth? $84s do sell eventually, if you can be bothered to wait. But most of them special cards, you're best off just quick selling them now. It's crazy. Like Jumbo Red Player Packs, the last chance. It's blue, that's good. USA. Anthony Robinson, I think he could be good. Oh no, there's two cards in there. I thought it was a double walkout. Anthony Robinson, because he's team of the season, he'll have worth. Oh, the next card's Jordi Alba. The duplicates might have someone decent in. Like, what are we looking like? 25k probably? Better than nothing, isn't it? Once those duplicates come out, oh, they're awful as well. It's anti-climax that, isn't it? Hey? Didn't go as well as we wanted it to at the end, but that is what it is. Such is life, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you all for coming to hang out on the stream. Like I say, next week, the stream won't be on Sunday night. It'll probably be Friday or Saturday. I don't know what time yet, so just keep an eye on my socials and, you know, subscribe and get your notifications on. You won't miss me going live, basically, which is essential. You know, you don't want to miss it, do you? You don't want to be left out. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you for everyone in the chat. It's been awesome. Thank you for all your support at the start of the stream about my little rant about Ipswich fans moaning about tickets and people, you know, liking more than one team. You like whoever you want, you know, just enjoy life. Let's just be positive, everyone. Let's not keep being negative. Let's all be happy and positive and just enjoy the world and spread happiness. Okay, before we get too like philosophical, I'm gonna say thank you all for watching. I've been Link, and you, are one of my legends. Thank you for watching this stream. I'll see you all real soon. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you do, because the season's back. We're going to loads of Ipswich games. We're going to loads of Liverpool games. We're going to Paris. We're going to go to Disneyland. The channel has so much exciting content coming up in the next like few months. Like it's big. Like we've got some of the best videos I'll ever make coming up. So you don't want to be left out. So subscribe and tell all your friends to. Maybe. Couldn't find the button to turn myself off, so. Bye, legends. Thank you all.